Okay. Just gonna give it a couple minutes, see if we're actually online. Hopefully we are. There's one.
Yep, I'm on your stream.
What's up, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here they come.
What's up?
How's it going, guys?
Hello.
So tonight I've got a special guest with me. This is Ruby of Blue that I just discovered yesterday through Twitter. Sent me or tagged me in a message about a video he made. It immediately caught my eye, and I've been dying to try it out ever since. So, Ruby, you want to tell everybody a little about yourself?
What's up, everybody? I'm Ruby of Blue. I just basically I really love Halo CE and 2, and I just took the time to mod Halo 2 Legendary to be what I think is a bit more fun and more resembling Combat Evolve, which I really like.
All right. So tonight I'm going to be playing through Halo 2 with this custom mod that Ruby's made and trying to give my take on it.
Yep, and I wanna let everybody know that I'm not a modder by any means. I don't know anything about programming. The only thing I used to mod this game was Project Cartographer, Halo 2, on PC, and a program called Assembly. So, if anybody wants things that are wants things different than how I did them, then, well, you can do it yourself. If I can do it, if you can do it too. So anything that you think I got wrong or want to be changed, like, you can totally take care of that yourself if you want.
Yep. All you need to do is download Halo 2, download Assembly. You can change it all yourself.
Do you have the link in the description for my mod for people to download?
I don't think I do. Wait, hang on. I thought maybe I did.
I'll get it for you and give you a link for it.
I thought I put in the description, this is his channel, this is his video, and then from your video they can find the link to your mod.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. And if not, I'll put it there in the video that goes on YouTube as like an archive, and you'll be able to find it there. But I think I did it right for now. All right, so let's jump into this. I'm just going to jump right into Cairo Station, and of course on Legendary. Except this is not vanilla Legendary. This is hopefully fun Legendary.
Legendary.
Yeah, this is all right. This is Ruby's Legendary. So Legendary with an asterisk.
Yeah, it's just basically, I always found, I pretty much share the same opinion as Hoagie does and Ackman does on Halo 2's Legendary. I always thought it was really unfair and really unfairly difficult and frustrating. But I found Halo, like Ackman and Hoagie Bird, I found Halo CE's Legendary to be like mostly ideal. So I kind of modeled Halo 2's Legendary after CE and just made changes according to that. I just changed some numbers around too. It was pretty easy.
So how long would you say that you worked on this? You worked on making changes?
Pretty on and off after the initial release of the initial stream I did, showing it off and putting it up for download. But I think before that, I don't think I was working on it for very long. Maybe just 2 weeks.
Okay. So about 2 weeks. Probably not 2 weeks worth of work, but like 2 weeks real time.
Yeah, just casually changing around some numbers and going into the game and testing everything.
Okay.
I made sure that I actually hardcore like playtested all the changes that I made.
Right. I mean, you made a video from start to finish of the game, so
Yeah, and even since that video,
that's
I've made
probably
a few
more
other changes.
playtesting than the actual game released in 2004 got.
Yeah, Halo 2 is like infamous development hell.
Yep.
He told me Jamie Greismer like didn't have any time to like test the game for the difficulty balancing.
Well, yeah, in terms of difficulty balancing, they were able to test it enough to make sure that it didn't crash. But
Sometimes, anyway,
Jamie had no time in order to properly, what he calls, tune and calibrate all the settings for Legendary.
Commander Miranda Keyes, your father's actions were in keeping with the highest traditions of military service. His bravery in the face of impossible odds.
So the only changes here are you know, basic numbers like accuracy for weapons, weapon damage. There might be some other more comprehensive stuff, like some of the enemies' behaviors might be more conducive to self-preservation. But I wasn't able to get like, you know, much deeper than that.
Okay. Yo, Abe, this is Ruby of Blue, who made a mod for Project Cartographer. Well, he used Project Cartographer to mod the legendary difficulty of Halo 2 to make it a lot more fun, a lot more like Halo CE.
Negative, Admiral. Form a defensive perimeter around.
I think as soon as we start playing, you'll see the changes immediately.
Yes, sir.
And my goal here is to kind of start off playing the way I would, and then maybe get a little more creative as I kind of get used to this mod.
The destroyed Reach was 50 times this size.
Sir, additional contacts. Boarding craft and lots of them.
They're going to try to take our MAC guns offline. Give their capital ships a straight shot at Earth. Master Chief, defend this station.
How'd the semester go? Pretty well.
I need a weapon. Right this way.
I got another 3.5, but I missed out on Dean's List by like 0.03. Ugh. But oh well. Alright, let's get to playing here. So immediately we can see right off the bat that we have 360 rounds for the battle rifle and 300 rounds for the SMG. Oh,
Yep.
that is my
The
flashlight.
weapons in Halo CE had a lot more ammo capacity than Halo 2, and this is just a personal thing, but I like to stick with one weapon for a long time in Halo CE. So I just so you weren't constantly running out of ammo with one weapon. I kind of just upped the ammo capacity to be similar to what it was in Halo CE. So the SMG here has 600 total rounds when both dual wielded. So that means just 300 rounds when single wielded. So yeah, I had to kind of account for the fact that some weapons could be dual wielded, so they wouldn't have like a ridiculous amount of ammo.
Alright, so now we have 600 extra rounds and 120 round clip. Let's do this.
You're playing exactly the way I do.
Yeah.
Crouching behind that barrier with double SMGs.
Yep. I found this. I actually didn't do this way in my walkthrough, but because they aim at center mass, I found that this is pretty safe.
Oh yeah, that's something I learned with Halo 2 is that one, the enemies will always aim at center mass, so crouching behind objects really helps, and two, strafing back and forth really helps out on Legendary with the enemies.
All right. Well,
So you may notice that the SMG has more accuracy than it did in the original game, just to make it more viable in more situations.
okay.
And you know, this is just campaign. We're not really accounting for.
Right. Yeah. These changes might be
multiplayer.
completely broken in multiplayer, but who knows?
So I think the general principle behind this is it's still extremely easy to die, and it's still much faster paced than Halo CE. But the idea was that if you play smart, you'll get through, and if you don't just play like an idiot, you can make it through.
Oh no, grenades till we get to Pelican Bay.
Battle rifles unchanged, only ammo capacity increased.
Get the hell away from my Marines, you bastard.
I did I upped the shield strength and health, and that I found that to actually be pretty necessary because
That would have killed me.
yeah, you're almost dead right now. So you can see right there that even though I increased the shield and health strength, it was pretty much necessary because, you know, just like in Halo CE, one-on-one encounters or 3v1 encounters aren't that big of a deal. But when you get like into the more heavy encounters, yeah, like it would really show that the increase in health and shields was really necessary. And the sort of philosophy I had when doing this was just to put the enemies and the player on equal footing when it came to health.
See, that's the way I've always viewed the hardest difficulty, is that they should be your equal. Maybe they outnumber you, and that's why you keep losing, or maybe they're smarter than you, but they really should be your equal. They shouldn't have abilities that you do not.
So, I think the biggest change here is that I got rid of the 50% multiplier enemies do damage to you on Legendary, and it's the same as Heroic.
Okay, so the damage they do is the exact same as Heroic.
Yes, but all the other elements, such as their increased AI, aggression, enemy numbers, those things are still the same.
Okay, so that's more like Legendary.
No, once you get to the you've been walking through it so far now, but once you get to the 2 hangars, you might face a little bit of trouble, because that's when the enemy numbers start increasing. So grenade blast radius and damage has been increased to match Halo CE.
It's not the bumper. Oh, I'm so used to picking up the other weapon being the bumper.
And this is something you can't tell, but player health takes much longer to recharge than vanilla Halo 2. Player health in Halo 2, I think, took 10 seconds to recharge if it was at the lowest point it could be without dying. Here it takes 30 seconds. The idea there is just kind of to make the player vary up their gameplay to keep things more interesting.
Look at that, hitting things with the SMG from further away than point-blank range.
Also, you might have noticed it by this point, but the plasma rifle's projectile speed has been greatly increased to match Halo's. So it's a lot harder to dodge.
I thought the plasma rifle in Halo 2 was faster than CE.
The projectile speed is much slower, but the firing rate is faster.
Yeah, I thought Jamie was talking about that in his design in detail video. He made like the plasma rifle in CE. Nice. He made the plasma rifle in CE travel at 12 world units per second, but Halo 2 it was like 15 world units per second, 75% faster on Legendary.
Maybe that was the case for vanilla Legendary Elites. But I didn't notice that difference when I was modding this.
Where'd my other SMG go? I need that. Oh, the dual wielding is back.
Okay, so that's an Ultra Elite, and
Master Chief Collection.
I really cut down the Ultra Elite's shield strength because he was just a bullet sponge nightmare to deal with.
You don't have to tell me twice. Yes, he was.
And he also had that near instant shield recharge as well, which made them a nightmare to deal with, especially when you're dealing with more than one.
Yeah.
So his shield recharge is still the same, but I cut down his shield strength by 100.
Okay.
But as you can see, he's still like a major pain to deal with.
It's not so much he's a pain, he's just, he's a priority target, and that's really what he should be.
Yeah. So if you want to use some plasma weapons, you could show that off. Or we could wait till the Arbiter, since that's all we'll be using.
Yeah. Well, we can try some... Let's go with some laser beams here.
Yeah, so plasma rifle unchanged, except the projectile speed is much faster to make it, again, more viable at longer ranges like the SMG.
So you can use it from further away because it travels so much faster. Knock out your shield. That'll work.
Sniper Jackals are 2-hit kills in this.
Ah, that's my thing. That's my controversial thing that no one agrees with me. I honestly don't think they should be 2-hit kills. Oh, that wrecked him.
Well, we can
Damn.
talk about that when we get to Outskirts then.
Yeah. No one ever agrees with me, but I firmly believe that Jackal Sniper should still be a one-hit kill on Legendary. You just gotta tone down their aiming speed.
Well, prepare for this next room. Early
The
game
infamous
hell.
second Pelican Bay.
Yeah. So you notice the plasma cannons here. Their projectile speed is ridiculously faster, and
Yes.
their damage is also upped to make them actual threats, because they were pretty much useless in the original game.
Yeah, I mean,
So they're a
you
threat
just
to
got
you,
ki-
but they're
you
also
just
a
got
threat to the
killed
enemies.
instantly when you jumped on them. Oh, I can already feel that. Yeah, that's not something you could do in the original. You would get flattened by the time you knocked out that elite shield. But look at this. I can actually. Whoops.
Oh, that was the work of Ultra Grunts spamming grenades at you.
Okay. I saw one grenade. I thought it was on the other side of the box, so I was okay. But guess not. Look at that. Plasma rifles actually doing work after their shields are down. The great thing about plasma rifles is, like, when you know how to use them, you never have to stop shooting.
Yeah, because you just pace your shots.
If you just pulse them, yeah. Oh wow, oh man, that just knocks out his shield in like 2 or 3 hits.
Yes, the mod is finished. I think he linked my video in the description. On my video, there's a link to the download the mod. All you need is
Need cover.
all you need is Halo 2 Vista, and you just replace all the maps with the maps that I provide. Make sure you back up the vanilla maps though.
Yep.
So this room is basically what I had to, account for when making changes to the player health, because basically this is like as tough as it gets. But
Yes,
even at the toughest it gets, it still has to be fun.
Yep. If you know what you're doing. If it's not fun because you don't know what you're doing and you're doing it wrong, then that's not an excuse. But if you know what you're doing, it needs to be fun. Please tell me that means he's tossing a grenade, right?
So both grenades have had their blast radiuses and damage output increased because they were seriously nerfed in Halo 2.
Now I noticed he did not get pissed off and pull out a sword there.
Oh,
do you wanna take...
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything with that. That's
Okay,
just
whoa.
AI.
Holy Jesus.
So
Ow,
one thing
ow,
I did
ow.
do, but I don't know if this actually has an effect because I don't know if they actually have this programmed into them. There was a box in assembly to tick for all the enemies that they will take cover more often and go near their allies more often.
Okay.
So I don't know if that actually had an
Take that.
effect, but
Oh,
if it
nope.
does, then I take the box for it.
Whoa! That was silly.
Change to the Marines as well. I think the only changes I made to the Marines were the general ticking box that says cover near allies and take cover more often. I think I also increased their grenade throw chance, but the biggest change is that I removed their ability to crouch, which got them killed all the time in the vanilla game because they would crouch right out in the open in the middle of combat and waddle over to cover and get themselves killed because they were so slow.
Oh, so they thought they were being sneaky by crouching and being protecting themselves, whereas in reality they needed to move faster in order to get themselves to safety.
More mobility for the Marines equals better survivability.
All right, what do we got here? We got a dual wielding ultra, 2 dual wielding ultras.
Dual wielding
All right.
ultras. This
All right,
is
what to do.
crazy.
So I should be able to. All right, nope, they noticed me. I should be able to get the one with the sword. Oh, if I can get them separated. I mean, normally I would stick one and go after the other one with the sword, but they're right next to each other.
leaving his back right exposed.
Yep.
I don't think they quite understand how cover works.
Uh-oh. Hey, they're
Well,
leaving the Athens.
I know from working with masters on SPV3, they have like specific firing positions where they'll go to take cover or to go to fire at you, and those positions don't change when the scenery gets knocked around. So if this box gets knocked around, his firing position for taking cover is still right here, even though he's completely exposed.
Oh, I actually know that's not true, because I know that the AI system works much different in Halo 2 than it did in Halo CE. Halo CE's AI system was still based on that sort of like strategy game system that Bungie intended it to be. What is it called? Like real-time strategy game. So yeah, I know they overhauled the AI system to this game to be much more conducive to a more dynamic environment with dynamic scenery. So yeah, they do change what they do take into account what they can and can't take cover behind, like the movable boxes. And it was changed again for Halo 3, so that more AI could be on screen. So yeah, all three Halo games actually have, from what I've heard anyway, and from what I've seen explained about these games' AI, all three of the initial trilogy's AI systems are actually pretty different from each other.
Now that is an interesting place to put a plasma rifle.
Yep.
How did I do that? I just want the SMG. Give me the SMG. There we go. Because I got 2 invisible ones coming up, so the more projectiles I can fire to make them visible, the better. Where'd this guy go?
Stealth elites have been unchanged, I think.
Okay.
Come on now!
There he is. Hey, I'm not dead. Guns.
Here we go. Not gun. All up with the shot.
Oh, the shotgun.
So I couldn't
make... unnerfed the shotgun.
Yeah,
Oh.
to say the least. So with Halo 2, you couldn't model it exactly after CE, because the thing with CE is that the CE was generally much slower paced with the combat, because both the enemies and player health were much higher. So enemies took longer to die, and you took longer to die. In Halo 2, both enemies and the player take much less time to die, so I wanted to keep that aspect of Halo 2. I don't think I could have changed it, actually, if I wanted to, because, you know, it's just, like, intrinsic to how Halo 2 was made.
Holy Jesus. Oh my goodness. 60 extra rounds. Oh boy, I could have some fun with this.
That's not even, we're not even scratching the surface yet.
Right, because you upped the range, didn't you?
Yep, damage is the same, but range is not as much as CE, but definitely enough to make this weapon viable.
Normally you couldn't hit him from here. Well, see, that's how the shotgun should be. I mean, like, a real shotgun actually has an effective range of, like, you know, 100 to 150 yards. Like, the bullets don't turn into confetti after 8 yards. That's just for balancing in multiplayer that we've gotten so used to that.
Oh, you should grab the Magnum back there. You left it in the armory as well.
All right. Ow. I thought I would not. Ow. I thought I would knock out his shield with that one shot.
Well, this is a good time to mention it, but the plasma pistol has had its damage buffed. So that means for both the player and the enemy.
Okay. Oh, come here.
So the thing is, the plasma pistol actually has a higher damage than the plasma rifle. It did in Halo CE as well, but only when wielded by the player. When wielded by the enemy, the plasma pistol in Halo CE had like either like a damage, like a debuff, or it had a buff in the player's hand, so it was much weaker in the enemy's hands. Here, it's equal for both parties.
Let's see. Can I get this guy to hold still?
I think Halo Reach did the same thing.
All right. So let's see how powerful this plasma pistol is.
So its projectile speed is the same, but its damage is
Wow. Wow, that's like Reach. Oh my goodness. And this is legendary.
We'll
Wow.
yeah. Hopefully, we'll get to see more of the plasma pistol later as we get into the Covenant only only weapon levels.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now you
yeah.
said there was a Magnum back here I could grab?
Yeah, there was a Magnum in the armory on the table over there. So I did not try to make the Magnum like it was in Halo CE because the
Right.
battle rifle already fills that niche.
Okay.
Something one of Bungie's priorities with this game was to make the weapons feel more like the actual weapons they're modeled after. So the pistol feels more like a pistol, and the battle rifle, which was the Magnum in Halo CE, feels more like a rifle.
Okay.
So instead, the Magnum in this game fills a very fast-firing, wieldable, relatively close-range niche. And so it has a faster kill time than the battle rifle now. Oh.
Oh well.
If at any point throughout this mod you think the game it might be too easy, I find myself thinking it's too easy at some point, but then I get immediately like proven wrong.
Okay.
So. But yeah, I think.
That was stupid. That was stupid. I should have realized not to do that.
Yeah, I just find when with the changes I've made, I know I enjoy the game much more than before, but I think I enjoy it more because I think I'm actually rewarded for playing smart and playing resourcefully.
Right. It's not that it's better because it's easy. It's better because like you're getting rewarded for smart decisions rather than punished for everything. Too far.
But yeah, like I was saying, the Magnum, I didn't want to change its niche in Halo 2 as the fast-firing, dual-wieldable bruiser, but I did want to make it better at that role. So I did increase its range, but it still can't compete with the battle rifle. But it has a faster kill time than the battle rifle, so much better at close range, especially when dual-wielded. And I upped its ammo capacity like everything else, and I upped its damage as well.
Okay. Let's see what we got. So normally I would not use a UNSC weapon to knock out shields.
Yeah, I think generally the idea that UNSC weapons should be slower at shields and better at health, and plasma weapons vice versa. That's a really good design philosophy. But I don't think it should be like the end all be all.
Extreme.
Like you can't use UNSC weapons against shields. Like that's just not viable.
I
wanted to let the player like choose what weapons they wanted to use, even if it was more difficult.
I think the punishment for doing something like that is that you find yourself out of ammo, which I guess I am kind of now.
And you find yourself using like the same weapon over and over, even if you don't want to.
Right.
Like you find yourself forced to a specific niche.
Well, I mean, in Vanilla Halo 2, that's a battle rifle sniper, pretty much.
Battle rifle plus anything else, really. Like plus plasma pistol, energy sword, rocket launchers, sniper rifle. Yeah.
Oh, I love that range.
It may be broken, but I love Halo CE
I mean,
shotgun.
you could argue that Halo CE's shotgun is broken, but it's broken in a good way.
Yeah, it's sort of I forgot what I was gonna say.
Now, I think I remember talking about this with you earlier. You couldn't make it such that the plasma grenade EMPs elite shields, right?
Yeah, I tried to, well, I don't know if I actually wanted that to happen, but I tried to make it happen anyway. I tried to give it an EMP effect, but I found that the only options in assembly were to give it an EMP effect against shields, but not do any damage, or do damage, but not both.
Ah, okay. That probably comes from the vanilla plasma pistol.
Yeah, I tried to do the same with the plasma pistol's overcharge as well, but I couldn't. Same thing.
Almost on board when they showed up.
Don't worry, ma'am.
Oh, another
me
thing
that.
with
I need
dual
to borrow
wielding I
that.
want to mention is, yeah, the thing with dual wielding I want to mention in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I'm not sure, but I think in the original Halo 2, and if it did, then I changed it. I definitely remember doing something with it. In the original Halo 2, you would get a damage debuff when dual wielding, but I got rid of that. The idea is I want to make each individual weapon viable when single wielded, like in Halo CE. Dual wielding, I think, in campaign at least, should be a power up, that you're sacrificing melee and grenades for. So I got rid of the damage.
You're saying
got
I
rid of the
don't
damage
actually
debuff.
do double damage when I'm dual wielding SMGs? I'm doing like what, 1.5x damage or something like that?
I know in Halo 3 you do. In vanilla Halo 2, I'm not sure, but I definitely remember seeing like some sort of value for dual wielding damage, and I definitely remember changing it. So yeah.
Crap! Crap!
But I kept the dual wielding's accuracy debuff because obviously that's a penalty that should also be applied.
Oh, so it does.
What I'm doing right now, helping Cortana keep this station
Dual wielding is
from
obviously
growing
much stronger, but you're making like serious trade-offs for it.
Okay.
Ranger elites, as we're about to see, have been unchanged, other than the general changes I made to some AI in general, like they take cover more often and stay closer to allies, etc. But again, I don't know if they actually have that function programmed into them. So if they don't, then I just enabled those boxes for no reason, and they don't actually do anything.
Okay. I'm gonna try to limit the number of times that I say, you know, that would have killed me in vanilla Halo 2, but
Yeah.
there are going to be things where I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't have survived that.
And I just want to make it an aside here and say that, at least with the campaign, dual wielding needs to return, because it just adds so much and doesn't take away anything. So what I mean is, dual wielding gives you more options. Like, if you do it the way I did with this mod, and you don't apply a serious debuff, you're essentially trading firepower for accuracy, grenades, and melee. And I think that's a fair trade-off, because you're letting the player do it at their own discretion, and you're letting them vary their own gameplay.
I'm trying to
think
think
it
what I
keeps
think of
things
that.
in
It
the right
adds
way.
things without taking anything away, and I think you're absolutely right. And I especially love the, you know, giving more options. That I will always be a proponent of that. You know my stance on that.
Oh yeah. So we're about to meet the drones here, and I actually cut their health just a little bit by probably a fifth or a fourth. Oh, look at that! Yeah, that's why that's
Doesn't mean
necessary.
it's doesn't mean it's easy though.
The reason why I had to cut the drones' health a little bit is because they mostly wield plasma pistols, which I buffed greatly.
Oh,
So that
right.
necessitates
Okay,
cutting their
right.
health a little bit. Look at that! You can really see how much the plasma pistol has been buffed.
Yeah. Yes, it has.
So you're literally getting swarmed here, so I think, you know, the difficulty here should reflect that.
Well,
but you do have safe zones that they won't enter, so you can, you know, strategize around
The
that.
problem is, I don't have a grenade to put right there on the
Oh,
landing.
yeah. I do that too.
Normally I do that, and just this run through, I'm out. I don't know how that happened, but I'm just out. Where's this guy?
Yeah, dual wielding does do double damage. I know it does in this mod. I'm not sure if it did in the vanilla Halo 2, but I'm definitely sure it did in Halo 3.
So I'm wondering if the plasma pistol is so powerful. Oh dear, that's not the
Oh,
weapon
yeah.
I meant to be carrying. If the plasma pistol is so powerful, I wonder if I could just dual wield plasma pistols through an entire counter.
If it's relatively close range, yeah, because the plasma pistol's projectile speed is still the same, which is still much slower, even slower now than the plasma rifle, because the plasma
Never
rifle's
reloading for the
projectile
win.
speed has been increased. And it was the same in Halo CE. The plasma rifle's projectile speed in Halo CE was very, very fast, almost hit scan. In Halo CE, the plasma pistol's projectile speed was very, very slow, so it was much more suited to close combat. But again, it had a higher damage output than the plasma rifle.
I did
It's the
notice
same
that in CE that like the plasma rifle was almost hit scan. You could use it from very far away, and so it was a threat from very far away. I thought I tried to mention that in School of Halo, but I might have missed it.
The first carrier completely ignored us.
Ow.
And again, this is a mod that I made that affects all the campaign maps, and you can find it in the
Oh
Hoki's
my
description.
goodness!
Oh yeah.
Wow! You're
talk
not waiting for days for the for the plasma pistol to get there.
I'll talk about the overcharge in a sec. Let me just plug this mod. in the description, you'll see a link to my video, and in the description is a link to, in my video, in the description is a link to the mod that you can download for yourself. All you have to do is either have Halo 2 Vista or the Project Cartographer thing, and you can just you can just plug in the maps into the Halo 2 directory maps folder, and then there you go. That's all you need to do.
You're not waiting 3 days for the plasma pistol to get to the elite so you can shoot him in the head.
Yep, it's pretty much how, like,
by the time you switch weapons, it's there and you can just shoot him immediately.
Yeah, the plasma pistol's overcharged projectile speed is pretty much exactly how it is in Halo 3. Much faster, but less accurate. So the idea was I can't even begin to tell you how good that feels. Yeah. So the idea was I wanted to make the overcharge achieve its goal faster, to where it wastes less time, but it's still just as effective. So in Halo 2, the overcharge projectile speed was very, very slow. It just practically floated through the air, but it was like laser accurate, practically.
Right, which was why it was so impossible to avoid.
And but here I made it much faster but less accurate, so it's effectively just as effective, but
okay,
it
so
just achieves its task faster. Yeah, so there you go.
I wouldn't say they're overpowered, right?
Even though the plasma pistol has been buffed, it's still a lot riskier to use them at longer ranges, just like in Halo City, especially against Rangers who have a full 360 degrees of movement like that.
Right.
And again, I tried to make the plasma pistol's overcharge work like it did in Halo CE, where it does both a little bit of damage and also an EMP. But again, it was either do damage or do an EMP, but not both.
Okay.
I couldn't find a way to make it do both. Maybe you can find a way to make it do both. If
Hey,
you know
I'm no better at modding than you.
I am.
I'm just a playtester. I don't actually make changes.
Well, not you, but like anybody who's watching. Like maybe anyone who's watching knows how to do that, who knows more about Halo 2's inner workings and how to use assembly than I do. Maybe you can find a way to get it to work. And if you do find a way to get that stuff to work, like, tell me about it, and I will actively update like the mod link. If you want to make any improvements, like not just for your own use, but like if you make like improvements that I would like agree with, give it to me. I'll put it in the description of my own video to download.
Right. There's no cover out here.
Yeah, you have to be really careful.
Oh, right,
here.
and because of the changes you made to the plasma rifle, they're more dangerous from further away.
Yeah, but strafing left and right, especially at this range, should still work really well. So just like quickly strafing left and right as the enemies will track you.
That might have been a dumb decision. Nope, wrong button. That's the button. Ow! Nope, this is not good. This is not good.
Why did they take the assault rifle out of Halo 2? They didn't. They turned it into the SMG, basically.
Yeah.
The SMG is pretty much
identical.
SMG is identical to the assault rifle, pretty much. I think it has a little lower damage, but yeah, and it's dual wieldable. But yeah, assault rifle is in Halo 2. It's the SMG. Or you could say it was kind of like split between the SMG and the battle rifle, in that the battle rifle, you know, kind of has that rifle feel, like rifle look and feel like the assault rifle in Halo 2. You could say that, yeah, like the assault rifle is split into the battle rifle and SMG in Halo 2, but it's mostly the SMG. That's why in Halo 3, they cut the assault rifle's clip size in half and made its fire rate slower to make it actually feel more like an assault rifle, and so it wasn't redundant to the SMG.
Unfortunately, one of my major gripes about Halo 3 is that they did basically make the SMG useless. They made its damage so pitiful that there's no point in using it. In
the
Halo
SMG
3,
or assault rifle?
In Halo 3. No, I love the assault rifle in Halo 3. It's the SMG.
Oh, the SMG. Oh, yeah. Hey, Ruby, you still maintain Halo 2 age just as well as Halo 1? Oh, definitely not. Halo 2 has a lot more growing pains than Halo CE did, and that was due to the development help. But Halo 2 still definitely did make a lot of strides over Halo CE. Like, in general, the graphics are much better. And especially when it comes to the character models and animations.
So let's see, can I plasma pistol this guy down without dying? Well, it broke his shield.
Lennon, do you think a bad player could beat If you think, do you think a bad player could beat your mod? Yeah, actually, if you stick to the tactics that you use on vanilla Halo 2 Legendary, yeah, you could crawl your way through the mod.
Yeah.
They need to get creative.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though. No, those tactics are reserved for bad players with this mod. In vanilla Halo 2, that tactic was had to be used by all players, no matter what.
Well, you'll notice, like, just because this is easier than vanilla Halo 2 does not mean this is easy. I'm just very good at this game, but you'll notice I'm not going through this deathless.
Yeah, make no mistake, Hoki, if it wasn't already obvious, Hoki is, like, knows his shit when it comes to Halo Legendaries.
Suppressive fire.
What's it like on Gravemind? Well, I guess we'll find out when we get to it.
We might not find out tonight. Like, I'm not going to be running through the missions, I'm going to be playing through them, so I don't think we're going to get to Gravemind tonight. My guess is I'm going to call it quits after the Heretic boss.
Okay. Well, I can't wait for you guys to see the Flood and the Brutes then.
Ooh, this could be fun.
Yeah?
Yep, that worked. Now, I noticed there that he really didn't shoot back at me there. Was that just coincidence, or did you give the SMG a bit of a stun effect?
Nope, that's just Halo 2. That's just vanilla Halo 2. Sometimes the enemies are derpy. Sometimes the enemy is derpy.
He shot him! His ally shot him! I did not kill him! Oh, wow.
The Halo 2 Anniversary BR. Well, I'm not very familiar with Halo 2 Anniversary multiplayer, so I'm not sure how the BR differs from vanilla Halo 2.
Wow, I missed. Ow.
And there you can see the blast radius for the plasma radius a little bigger. Well, not much bigger, but a little bigger.
Oh, I gotta use the needlers.
Needlers are actually unchanged. Except
Oh,
for their
wow.
ammo count.
Okay.
Inside your head now.
I would have made the projectile speed faster if you want to mimic Halo CE, but like that's just my initial impression. I don't know what kind of balancing.
You don't
that
want to
would.
Yeah,
know.
probably. I might look into the needlers now that you mention it, because like using them single wielded might still be kind of weak sauce.
Not against it.
But you have to be really careful with the needlers, and even more so than any other dual wield weapon, because it's probably really easy to break.
Okay.
Permission granted.
Okay, where have you been? I've been in school. Actually, I've got a video for that. I'm working on making it. It's basically a video, where I've been, what I've been doing.
I know what you're thinking.
Nope, needler's
and it's
unchanged.
crazy.
I didn't nerf it at all. In fact, if anything, I
Unfortunately for
buffed it
us
a little
both,
bit because of the ammo
like
increase. Total ammo, reserve ammo increase.
So hello to everyone that has joined ever since I've been playing. I've been kind of concentrating on the game so I can give you some, entertaining gameplay rather than stopping every few seconds.
Just one question.
But hello to everybody. Hello to all my mods. Hey, Abe. I think I saw Carbine pop in there.
Also, another thing you have to be careful with the needler, that I'm really hesitant to make any buffs to it. Just picture the Arbiter with a buffed needler. Or the Oracle with a buffed needler.
Oh god, a buffed needler being used against you. Oh dear.
They are already a giant pain enough as they are, so that's why I'm really scared to make any changes to the needler.
Yeah. Because you gotta remember, every change you make to a Covenant weapon, and to some extent human weapons, is a two-way street. It's both how you use it and how it's used against you. And the trick is finding a setting where both are fun with the same settings.
Yeah, you gotta find that sweet spot.
Yep.
And that was pretty difficult to do with the plasma rifle and plasma pistol.
What if Jamie Greisemer saw this? Dude, I would be floored if Jamie Greisemer even knew who I was.
Yeah, same here.
I'm pretty sure he's 10 years removed from Halo, hasn't cared about it ever since, probably before Reach.
Chief, get inside. Gear up.
We're taking this fight to the surface.
But hey, I mean, if possible, I would love to get his take on what he thinks of this mod. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, the assault rifle in Halo 4 was pretty good.
That's kind of my thing. I've said in some of my comments, as much as I dislike Halo 4 for other reasons, the assault rifle scene in Halo 4 is the most powerful version of it in the entire series. It's even better than Halo 3 because it's more accurate.
A lot of people really underrate Halo 3's assault rifle because they just spam it.
Right.
It's like, believe me, the assault rifle in Halo 3 chews up brute shields.
Oh,
when you,
there's a good
burst
question.
fire it from
Phoenix
behind
Samurai,
cover.
did you fix the Carbine rate of fire?
It's your call,
I
Sergeant.
tried, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
When I tried to, in fact, I broke the Carbine.
Yep.
And I had to fix it. I broke it such that I couldn't fire at all. So,
Would I prefer this
tried
or
to.
Heroic with Skulls? I would prefer this because you actually get all the special, unique, legendary encounters, whereas on Heroic, there are way fewer enemies.
also, some of the skulls can have, like, annoying effects, like turning enemies, like, making every enemy an Ultra, like, that can get pretty tedious.
Yeah.
Blink if you can hear me, Chief.
Shake it off, Marine.
What's my favorite Halo 2 mission? It's actually this one, Outskirts.
Go, go,
So here we can start our conversation about Jackal snipers.
Not yet. We're not there yet. We gotta probably 90 seconds before we see Jackal
on now!
snipers.
Oh, I had that one out.
Oops, wrong weapon. Wrong grenade.
Danger on way.
Got him? On the foot.
Come on, mate.
There's an elite guy, isn't there? Oh, but his shield's out. So
Joe
I've-
Staten is responsible for the one-shots Jackal snipers?
I doubt it. Joe Staten had was the primary writer. He had nothing to do with difficulty balance.
Well, he was one of the, he was one of the big wigs at Bungie, so he's probably involved in like everything. He was just mostly involved in the writing.
I just noticed there, I got meleeed and didn't die. Did you change that?
Well, yeah, that just comes with the removing the damage multiplier and increasing player health and shields a little bit.
Okay.
It's the same thing with the Jackal snipers. They do 2 hits now because of that. So it's just like that's the reason why they're 2 hits on Heroic.
Okay.
It's the same reason here. Just removing the 50% damage multiplier makes them not 1-hit kill. So even if you want them to be 1-hit kill, that would like,
Yeah.
I'd still have to like make that affect the entire rest of the game.
So the thing is, you couldn't just change the Jackal snipers. The only way to change that would be to change the beam rifle, which would then buff it in your hands, wouldn't it?
Yeah, which would probably make it a little broken. I think there might have been a way to make Jackals either have a damage buff or debuff, but I don't think I've looked into that, and I don't think I've looked into seeing if individual AI variants can have damage buffs or debuffs. I only found a damage multiplier for
Oh my
like,
goodness,
my
I just
difficulty.
meleeed an elite to death, and it only took 1 melee.
That's not anything to do with my mod, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because the Ultra Elite shields were already down, so yeah.
Oh, I wonder
You
if
got them.
I wonder if it was just the SMG bullets I put into him before. Ow.
Yeah.
I'm about
Melee
to die.
damage is still exactly the same.
Where are you? Where are you and why are you there?
But yeah, I know I definitely prefer 2-hit kill Jackal snipers because trial and error random Jackal sniper spawns is fun for me.
I don't agree with the random spawns, but I prefer them the way that they're in Halo 3, where you know where to find them every time, but they're 1-hit kill if you can't get your aim on target.
Yeah, well even then, I don't like it because, I don't like 1-hit kills in general, but,
Yeah, I
that
know
can
a lot
just
of
kill
people
you instantly, but also I don't like the fact that they have big stupid lights on their head, even if it's for making it easier for them to spot, because it kind of just kills my suspension of disbelief that they'd give marksmen giant spotlights on their head. I don't like that.
Well, because it looks like they're looking through a special scope that's attached to their face. But, yeah.
Yeah. It is pretty.
Where are all my allies?
It's nice. And,
Oh, right,
nice and
drones.
purple.
Forgot about that.
No changes made to the turret.
Oh, right, except changes made to the plasma pistol. Oh, this is not good. There's an elite alive while the drones are coming in.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
some people
that's
like to
not
call
gonna
the white elites in Halo 2 Spec Ops elites, I think.
That's me.
Yeah, I think people people
made that
adopted that because Ratas Vadami or Vadam is the Spec Ops leader and his armor is white. But
yeah, I think you have me to blame for that. That was my mistake.
Yeah, he's the Spec Ops leader, and he just happens to be an Ultra. Or he's an Ultra, but he just happens to be the Spec Ops lead.
I called him Spec Ops Elites in my walkthrough, and turns out I was wrong.
Yeah, the Spec Ops Elites are the black variant of the Elites. Which is actually, like, a lot harder to tell between the minor elites in Halo 2. Because, like, in Halo CE, it is very easy to tell a minor elite from a Spec Ops elite. But in Halo 2, like, the Spec Ops elites have, like, a very dark shade of blue, which makes them hard to tell apart from the minors.
Yeah, I'm playing a little reckless. I really want a second SMG, but I don't want to leave my Marines out in the open like that. No.
Oh yeah, I definitely like Halo 3 more than Halo 2.
Stop killing my Marines. Yeah, the buffs you made to the plasma pistol make it impossible to stay on that plasma turret.
Oh, you can definitely do it. You just have to be really vigilant on catching them before they get too close. And also, if you're not using it, you can do the thing where I said strafe back and forth, which will be even more effective here since the plasma pistol's projectile speed is much slower. Watch out for those grenades.
Didn't think they made it onto the platform.
They made it onto the edge, like
yeah, they should have bounced off the wall.
They landed on the edge, like right beside the barrier.
I lost all my Marines. Even with the nerfs, or with the changes to make it easier, I still couldn't keep them alive. Occasionally I can do that in vanilla Halo 2. Not this time.
Verify that you can two-shot Spec Ops elites like majors in Combat Evolved. I don't think so. On Legendary, I think they took 3 to 4.
Oh, look at that sniper rifle work. Johnson just stunned the elite so that, because with the sniper rifle, when you shoot the elite, it stuns him. And when Johnson did that, the elite stayed on top of the grenade, and it just, went off and killed him instead of him evading it. So you said you made the chin guns on the Phantom a little...
Oh, yeah.
Squishier.
The chin guns' health has been decreased drastically because the only viable way to get rid of the chin guns in Halo 2 were to hit them with a rocket launcher or use the turret. With a sniper rifle, I think you could do two-shot chest sniping. In Halo CE against the Spec Ops elites on Legendary, definitely not. Spec Ops elites on Legendary and Halo CE had ridiculously huge shields.
Yeah. I wouldn't say ridiculously huge. I believe they're 225 before multipliers.
Well, there are definitely a lot more than the majors anyway.
Yes, the majors are 150.
Probably about as much or similar to the Zealots.
The commanders. Well, Zealots in Halo 2 or gold ones in Halo 1?
Gold ones in Halo 1.
Okay, those are commanders. They have actually 300 capacity shields.
Oh yeah, because it definitely takes like 4 sniper shots or 3? 4?
3.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying 4 because Like, it takes 4 body shots with 3 shots if you're aiming for the head.
Is anyone getting some like audio issues there? I'm not sure if that's the game or if it's my computer or what. I'm definitely hearing a little bit of popping and crackling. I hope that doesn't sound too bad on the stream. Yeah, the rumbling in the background is causing like popping and crackling. I don't know if that's my headset. It shouldn't be.
Rumbling?
Yeah, like the explosions in the background.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's causing some issues. Some minor issues, hopefully. Well, I just picked up ammo for an
Hunter.
SMG. Where's the other one?
Stand back, Marine.
Oh, looks like we gotta use it. Okay, I'm not dead. I just got meleeed and I'm not dead.
Okay, the hunters, I actually increased their health by quite a bit.
Okay.
Because in vanilla Halo 2, if you just took double SMGs to their backs, they died in like 5 seconds.
However, I did know. Yeah, I'm noticing I can take a bunch of hits from these guys.
I think that's because you're in Halo 2. Actually, you know, if you're further away, the hunter's melee in Halo 2 has a radius on how effective, how much damage their melees will do. So if you're further away, it'll do less damage.
That hurts, Chief. That hurts real bad.
So hunters are no longer one-hit kills with the sniper rifle on their backs.
I thought they were 2-hit kills, but okay.
They may have been 2-hit kills, but they're definitely a bit tougher.
There, you can have that back.
Thanks, Chief.
Sniper rifle's completely unchanged, except for I buffed its max ammo from 20 to 24, like Halo CE.
Yep.
How broken will the Jackal sniper here be, I wonder? I think that's completely unchanged. In the player's hands, it's completely unchanged. In the Jackal sniper's hands, it's now a 2-hit kill.
Come on, shake those legs.
Hopefully, Halo 2 isn't the weakest game in the original trilogy now.
Keep an eye on him. Good luck.
I mean, if you want, I reserve judgment for you all to play it yourself. Then
The thing about Halo 2, I'm noticing from the Master Chief Collection, now that I can quantify my playtime, is that, like, despite how broken Legendary is, I just keep coming back to it, and I don't know why.
because you've learned and mastered everything,
That might be
and
part
you've
of it.
which when you learn and master everything, you eliminate the frustration of it, or at
okay,
least
yeah,
most
so
of it.
not being frustrating definitely has something to do with it.
And if, it just feels good to overcome something that gave you so much trouble. Did you add any overshield power up and rebalance mod of Halo 2? No. There's no way I could have done that.
I'll take that. Well, unfortunately, you're gonna have to stick with the battle rifle.
I didn't place anything in the maps. I just changed weapon and AI and player attributes numbers. But we'll get this. We'll get to that when we get to the Arbiter.
Ah! There's a red dot in my reticle, so I can't tell when I'm lined up for headshot.
My
Like
favorite Halo is actually Halo 3. I think Halo CE has the best base gameplay, but Halo 3 as a complete package is my favorite.
Hurts like a son of a gun.
The Scarab gun? Oh, I didn't touch the Scarab gun, I don't think.
Yeah.
The hell you are.
Let's see if I can show you how to do this a little easier than you did it in your video. Move up here, touch the wall. And that should spawn the elites.
Don't stop.
You're really lucky if you get a checkpoint before the elites show up, because otherwise you have to do the entire sniper alley fight over again.
Yes, you do. However, I think
I just buffed the Hunter's health roster full.
Look at that! Look at that! The Marine took out the Jackal sniper for me. I didn't shoot him up there. The Marine took him out.
Well, all I did was up their mobility by removing their ability to crouch.
And
so,
they got slaughtered
well,
by Jackals.
You can chalk that up to...
They survived all of that, all those drones, all those jackal snipers, and 2 shield jackals just take them down.
Yeah, plasma pistols up close. Feels bad, man. Yeah, basically, Nitro. I just took, I modeled Halo 2's Legendary after Halo CE's Legendary to make it more fun for me. You might have different ideas of what would make Halo 2 more fun, and if you do, then I definitely invite you to get assembly for yourself and make any changes you want. Because, like I said, I'm not a programmer. I don't know anything about programming. I just changed some numbers. So if I can do it, you can do it.
I think, yeah, in order to compensate for the cheap spawns, you gotta make them 2-hit kills, but if you could make it such that they didn't have cheap spawns, I really think the Jackal Snipers should be 1-hit kill in order for you to take them seriously. Yeah, this plays pretty similar to vanilla. I'm sure I don't have to stay back here.
Yeah, because the battle rifle and sniper rifle are pretty much unchanged.
I'll bet you I can move up, take out the Jackal Sniper without too much trouble.
Prepare yourself.
I didn't change the sword at all, no. It was perfect in Halo 2.
Oh, Masters hates the sword.
Why? Because it disrupts the golden triangle or something?
I think so. You'll have to ask him, but yeah, Masters hates the sword.
Well, you can go and download it right now, Nitro, as long as you have either Halo 2 Vista or Project Cartographer.
Oh, he just stood there. I'm surprised he didn't immediately start firing.
Well, he is a minor elite, so he probably has a longer start time. The worst Halo game,
gun.
in my opinion? Definitely Halo 5. I despise Halo 5. I haven't picked it up at all, actually, since my... Well, I picked it up once, like, a few days after I initially completed the campaign, but I never even touched the multiplayer. I haven't touched it in Halo 5 in years. Did you change the flood at all? Yes. We'll talk about it when we get to them.
I didn't get that far in your video in terms of like a complete watch through. I think I stopped somewhere in the middle of Metropolis. I saw you put the Warthog in the tunnel to block the Jackal Snipers. Now I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's the little trick I found to do, because I don't want to deal with infinitely spawning Jackal Snipers.
I don't think they were
from behind me.
Like, I don't think they were supposed to be.
Well, they're not infinite, but they're like 20 Jackal Snipers.
17. 17.
But yeah. We'll talk about that more when we get to it, because that's actually a really funny strat that I found to do.
Demon flare.
Yeah, but Ackman kind of summarized it when he said, like, something's got to be fundamentally wrong when these guys with swords are the least dangerous versions of the elites.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, like, the Zealots in Halo 2 actually have the same shield strength as the Majors, which doesn't make any sense, because they're supposed to be higher rank
I
than
was able to
Ultras.
tell that just from how I was using the sniper rifle against them. Right?
Yeah,
it only took
I tried
2
to change
shots.
that, though. I did try to change that, though, but I found that the Zealot is dependent on the Major Elite's shield strength, so I can't change the Zealots without also changing the Majors.
Interesting. You would think they would if you're gonna make one enemy dependent on another in terms of the Zealot, you make them dependent on the Ultra, not the Elite Major. I don't know.
Did you change the giant Sentinels on Sacred Icon? I don't remember.
Oh, the Sentinel Enforcers.
Yeah, the Enforcers. I would bet that I didn't, because I think they were fine as they were. Maybe I made their weapons do more damage if I could do that. I don't think so. I don't think I made any changes to them.
Let's see if we can do this. They didn't say the line. I bet you they would say it with "I would bet your daddy" on. These guys up here a lot of times say, you know, "Us nice and safe up here." Yo, what's up? Oh, they killed him. Son of a bitch, they killed him, so he's not gonna say the line.
Yeah, it's a crippling disability of mine whenever I play Halo that I can't tolerate a single Marine death. I always revert.
Yeah. Normally I would do that, but I'm not gonna do that here. Jerks. Why do I have no ammo?
Is this only on PC? Yeah. I don't know of any way to make this work on console.
Yeah. I'm sure it's not impossible, but it's kind of hard to mod console.
Stay out of sight.
No, Alpha, I'm not streaming, but Hoki is. But my channel is in the description with the mod.
I missed!
With the mod download.
I missed!
Keep it down, will ya?
Although the fact that that did not kill me really says a lot.
Move on through!
Did he just melee him?
Oh yeah, the Marines in Halo 2 actually have the ability to melee. And
Did
do
you
damage.
change that, or was that...
Nope, that's vanilla Halo 2.
Wow.
I think the Marines also have the ability to melee in Halo 3, but I don't know if it does damage or does the same
I think
damage.
it doesn't do damage based on my, the end scene from my I'm a Legend montage. If you remember that, I basically had, like, 5 Marines ganging up on a single grunt, meleeing the shit out of him, and not doing any damage to him. Like, I don't know if they're not hitting him or what.
Do plasma weapons deal more damage to sentinels and enforcers? Well, I did buff the plasma rifle and plasma pistol. Plasma pistol damage, plasma rifle projectile speed. So, yeah, you're gonna have an easier time defeating sentinels and enforcers with the plasma rifle and plasma pistol. Just by that. Are the checkpoints better? Nope. I couldn't do anything about
Can't
that.
do anything about checkpoints. And I got rid of my sniper rifle.
Okay? Forward, muchachos!
Oops. Oh well.
Warthog should be unchanged.
The highest concentration of Covenant troops is directly below the carrier.
I think,
I don't think they want you to get
if I
on board.
didn't, then I'm just thinking about it
That
now. But
bridge is the most direct
you
route
know,
to the city
I'm just
center.
thinking about maybe making the Marine and the turret start shooting faster or more accurate. Although I don't think I did anything like that. Just kind of spitballing.
I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and that's one of the things about Halo 2 that I think is not broke. So I wouldn't mess with it.
Yeah. I actually, just letting everybody know right now, I also modded Halo CE's campaign. Campaign Legendary. But it's nowhere near as changed as it is in Halo 2. But something I did do was I changed the Warthog's acceleration in Halo CE to be more closer to Halo 2. So the Warthog in Halo CE is a lot faster.
Oh, did he kill him?
In my mod for Halo CE. You can also find that on my channel. No, I'm not streaming Alpha X. I'm just on Hoki stream. But I do stream. Just not right now. Wait, when, Ruby? Wait, what? What was I saying?
Stay away from my Marines.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't give the Marines non-shitty weapons on Legendary. I didn't change what weapons they had. I just changed the fact that they can't crouch, so they're more
Well,
mobile.
the thing about Halo 2 is it doesn't matter if the Marines have shitty weapons. You can arm them if you want to. It's in Halo CE that, you know, you're kind of shit out of luck if the Marines have shitty weapons.
I mean, hopefully, shitty weapons don't even exist in this anymore, so...
That would be the intent, yeah.
Follow my Twitch. Oh, I don't actually stream on Twitch. I actually have that in the description, but I don't stream on Twitch. I stream on YouTube. Yes, this is Halo 2 PC. This is the Vista version, but it's also cartographer version. Even though it's the Vista version, it can work on any version, so don't be afraid. I played this on Windows 8.1. Did you make the Scorpion faster? I wanted to, but I couldn't find a way to get it to. I tried to make the Scorpion's top speed a little bit faster, but I couldn't find a way to make that work. I found a value for it, but I didn't see it actually reflect any change in the game, so...
I wonder if you just had to, like, make it a lot larger, or what? Like,
I made sure to do that because I make sure it was actually. I do that with everything to make sure I'm actually doing the right value.
Okay.
I set something to like 1,000 or something,
Oh,
so I
okay.
can instantly see it.
yeah, if it doesn't have an effect when you set it to 1,000, it probably ain't gonna have an effect.
Yeah, I tried to make it a bit faster, but again, if there is anybody who actually knows anything about programming or how Halo 2 is built, then yeah, I invite you to make that change for yourself. And if you do, give it to me, and I'll update my mod in my mod link.
Well, one of the
Everybody
reasons
can enjoy it.
why I think you'd be a great asset to the SPV3 team is not such that because you're a programmer, but because you understand Halo well enough to understand when it's balanced and when it's not. And this, is an example of you've made changes in order to feel out how to go about balancing it.
I mean, I think just the most important thing. I obviously my sense of fun will differ from a lot of people's, but I just built this. I play tested this to no end to make sure it was as fun for me as possible. And I just designed it around what I found fun in Halo.
Check yourselves up!
And that was the thing that Jamie Greismer made a point of when he in his design talk. He's like, I can tune it, but it might be tuned for me. I gotta tune it for everybody, and that's what's so challenging. But
Yeah.
when I saw the changes you made in your video, like, A, I'm desperate to try them out, and B, I think you've made changes that not only suit you, but would suit most people.
Hopefully, but again, if they don't, and if you want to make big changes that I wouldn't agree with, then yeah, you can pick up this and assembly and just plug in whatever numbers that you would prefer and make it tune it to yourself, because I can do it with a person with no programming experience.
Get away!
And now people are asking about my Halo CE mod.
Oh. I didn't watch that video, so I don't know what changes you made.
Just in general, off the top of my head, just to quickly go over it, the biggest changes are accuracy for the assault rifle, marine firing aggression, and Warthog and Scorpion Warthog and Scorpion changed to be faster, and Scorpion tank changed to not suck.
So more accurate?
I did actually find a way to successfully change the Scorpion in Halo CE. So yeah, it's basically like in Halo 2, except faster. And you only get to play it for one level, so hey, you only get this tank for one level in that game.
I did notice that.
It better be good.
The Scorpion only appears once in the entirety of Halo Combat Evolved.
Yeah, why did I have no idea why they didn't put it in 2 Betrayals.
Well, they put the Banshee in 2 Betrayals. How did that not kill him?
Shields.
I wonder if they had arbitrary
shoot.
invincibility until they got out of the...
Remember that you can take out the turrets on the Phantom much easier.
Oh yeah, forgot about
You don't
that.
even have to use the rocket launcher. You have the sniper rifle. It should just be like 2 or 3 shots.
Tap the ghost!
I wonder if they can...
How about sniping Flood? Did you fix that? Oh, I don't remember actually why the sniper rifle doesn't do any damage against the Flood. I don't remember why. But
Oh, I know exactly why. It has a material property, and it does 0.05x damage against the Flood. Or
I think unless you hit the infection form, it
right,
has to at least.
and that's because it doesn't actually do damage. It just triggers a hard ping, which basically insta kills the enemy no matter how much damage you do to it. That's why headshots.
Yeah. I don't
are
think I changed that at all,
Owie.
because I think that's actually some nice.
Pretty sure that was the
balancing
Jackal sniper that got me.
That's a nice little niche with the sniper rifle that it doesn't do any damage against the Flood. I thought that would be more interesting to keep in. Did you fix the accuracy on the Scorpion in Halo CE? Yeah. Yes. That's probably for another stream though, to go in depth with that.
You bastard.
Increase the projectile speed of the projectile of the blue plasma rifles. Did you also increase the speed of the brute plasma rifles because it fires faster and does more damage? Yeah, it's the same as a plasma rifle, but the brute plasma rifle is made. I made it much more different from the plasma rifle, but we'll go into that when we get to it.
Uh-oh. Stop trying to... Crap. I'm not dead. I don't know how, but I'm not dead.
You're nearly dead. Make sure your shields don't go down again.
As long as my shields are not down, or completely down, I'm not dead.
Look out!
Guys, where are you going? Get in.
The Marines in Halo 2, when you force them out of a vehicle, they don't want to go back into the vehicle.
Hey!
Well,
for
I've
quite a
noticed,
little
like, if
bit.
there's another Marine around, they want to swap seats with him. That goes with elites as well. Come on, get in. Get in, goddamn.
Yeah, if you force eject them out of a seat, they won't go back into that seat at least for a little bit.
Okay, everyone be cool.
It gets really annoying when there are more than 2 Marines around because like the
You are now in
last
the wrong
Marine
seat.
that wasn't in the Warthog will
watch
come rushing
yourself.
over, and the Marine that you ejected out and gave the weapon will go running away.
There you go. So that's how I thought it worked, is that if you force him out of the seat, he'll switch seats. So now I need a gunner.
What did you do to change the Flood in Halo 2? We'll go over the Flood when we get to it.
You. Why are you all the way over there? He's about to get flattened.
That Marine's being really brave.
Yeah, that's why I was saying he's about to get flattened.
Even more flattened if he still had the ability to crouch. Because he'd just be like waddling to his death.
That was a miss, bro.
Did you bump the
Airball.
shotgun? Yes.
Yes, very much so.
Hopefully we'll see more shotgun gameplay when we get into Metropolis.
Oh yeah, I'll trade it. I'll trade weapons with her and take her shotgun.
Trade
told
weapons
you not to shoot
with
them.
Laura Holden.
Couldn't have
that
told you her
70s
name,
show.
but yeah. Ow! Not good.
Oh damn! I love that you can get hijacked in this game.
Wow. I killed him.
Good job. Good job. Nice. Well, you should get another Warthog as
Yeah.
soon as you go into the tunnel.
Yeah.
I didn't buff the shotgun's damage, but I buffed its range. And its ammo count to
This
60.
tunnel links up to the bridge.
Ammo
It's full of
capacity and
rats,
range.
you know what I mean?
It's
But it beats swimming.
it's a little less powerful than the Halo CE shotgun, which should be
I've been
saying
analyzing
something.
the Covenant tactical
Halo
shelf.
3 is like rock
Surprise.
bottom for the shotgun.
Yes, it is.
Magazine
Oh,
count
Expected us to be here.
cut to 6.
All of
Fucking
us.
6.
Humanity on
Fucking
Earth.
right in your
It's
face.
slow
I'm gonna
as
kiss you,
molasses.
But it does help explain why they came here with such a small fleet.
Disgusting.
well, this is
And
not
then
good.
didn't at some point they cut their shotgun's clip size to 5? What was that, like Halo 4? At least it had a much longer range than Halo 4.
Crap.
Not Halo
Well,
5.
I guess we're gonna make it up as we go along here. Because I can't trade weapons with him to give him the rocket launcher until I'm carrying a weapon other than a battle rifle.
Can you board reasonably safely? I didn't make any changes to boarding.
That's one of the changes I loved in Halo 3 is the boarding mechanics. You punch the shit out of it so much faster to make boarding
Yeah.
actually viable.
Yeah, like Matt, you really saw that Master Chief was like a super soldier when he started doing that shit. But then you see the ODSTs doing
I'm
that
waiting
shit
for you to get
Halo.
in.
You see the ODSTs doing that in Halo 3 ODST, and it's just like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to be a normal human? What? You're punching metal.
Well,
And
there's an
exploding it.
achievement for that. You know, does whatever a Spartan can.
That's funny.
Will these guys just
There we go. Now we got it set up. Oh, it's harder to avoid that because you upped the projectile
Oh yeah, the
speed.
plasma turrets. Plasma turrets. I don't know if I'd up their damage, but I definitely up their
Pressing
projectile
forward, man.
speed because like they're basically worthless. Otherwise.
When my health is paper thin, it doesn't really matter that you up their damage.
There's another one.
Do I have the same amount of health that I would have on
Show
heroic?
yourself. Ouch.
No, you have
he's
more health than
mine.
you do on heroic. But I had to, I had to increase the health because to account for the changes to the buffs to the weapons and the buffs to the plasma rifle.
Because right now I do feel like it is a smidge too easy. Like I'm surviving things that maybe I shouldn't. So maybe.
Well, you're in the warthog. You're in the warthog, so you're.
No. I don't mean like specifically now. Like just in general. Maybe considering lowering player health just a smidge. Like, do you know what it's at now?
No. I just know that's generally bigger than Halo 2, than default Halo 2.
Like vanilla Halo 2, even on heroic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember what the default values for Halo 2 vanilla are.
That's okay.
You could easily just get them. You could easily get the you backed up the vanilla maps, so you could just like plug one of those in or you could just like open one of those in assembly and see what one of the vanilla maps in assembly and see what the default values are if you want to change them later.
So one of the things that, like, at this point I've sort of gotten used to it, and it's going to be a rude shock when I go back to Master Chief Collection to try to make School of Halo 2. This feels so goddamn good. This is pretty damn close to what Legendary should have felt like in this game. And, like, you can see, like, I'm not struggling at every single encounter. Yeah, I can't do it deathless because it's fucking Legendary. But I'm not slogging my way through every single encounter.
Have you considered modding in an HP meter if you could? If I could have, I would have. Because I definitely think having a health bar made Halo more unique compared to other FPSs.
Yep.
And also made for much more interesting and varied gameplay. So I definitely prefer Halo
If you can, ask Masters about that, because they did that with the SPV3 mod.
Well, that would require, like, being able to put in health packs. Because I know what Halo 2 and 3 were going for. They wanted to keep you in the action more and keep it more fast-paced.
Right.
So your health and shield recharge.
Right, that's why the shield meter is located right above the motion tracker.
Yeah. So I think but I've always thought Halo CE and even Halo Reach had more interesting and varied gameplay, in that you have shields that recharge, but you have health that won't recharge. At least
I would say, despite Halo 2's intention, Halo CE executed much better of keeping you in the action.
Oh yeah, obviously,
Yeah.
because you're not dying to 3 shots.
Right. I think it's 5, but yeah.
Well,
You get
from
the point.
Plasma rifle.
Yeah. I think it's like 2 or 3 to strip your shield and then 2 more to kill you in vanilla Halo 2.
Actually, I think you have more health in Halo 2 than you do shield.
Owie!
Actually, no, that's not. That's
Now
not
that
fair
was silly.
Because shields do more damage to health, so I really don't know. Did you include more shadows in the game? Nope. All enemy placements are exactly the same. I couldn't change any of that.
And I love it.
I didn't edit the map
it that you
design
haven't
or
changed
enemy
that.
placements. If I could add more shadows, that'd be kind of interesting. Like, just involve them in more of the game, like on Uprising or Great Journey, I guess.
That's one of the things that's one of the reasons why I don't like playing on Heroic, is because it feels almost, neutered in terms of how many enemies there are. It's just that on Legendary, that combined with the cheapness of how much damage they do and how weak you are is not a good combination, but I've always felt that there's been an appropriate number of enemies for Legendary.
Yeah.
Okay, except for the Jackal Snipers and the infinitely respawning
That's
flood,
the way!
but, those are individual exceptions
Yeah.
to a general rule.
There are some things that some enemy placements and things that I find go too far, like having like two ultras and a zealot just on Cairo Station alone. Like, I feel like the Covenant wouldn't invest their 3 of their top ranked soldiers, like like all in one place like that, and in one boarding craft no less. But yeah, just for gameplay.
I think I could be wrong here, but I think that is the way that squad is set up. How far am I going tonight? Probably gonna call it quits after I kill the Heretic boss at the end of Oracle.
Too, sir, if we don't get the hell out of here.
You hit Marine?
No, sir.
Then listen up. Usually the good Lord works in mysterious ways.
So Scorpion tank should be unchanged.
Okay.
I thought it was perfect in Halo 2.
The Banshees at least? Do they not insta kill you?
Oh yeah. Obviously, since there's no damage multiplier.
Okay, right.
They're tough, but they ain't invincible.
I don't remember. I think
You'll know what to do.
when you're a pilot, I think I might have upped the Banshees primary guns strength and projectile speed or accuracy. I did something to its primary cannon to make it more viable, I think. Or am I thinking about Halo CE's primary cannon?
I hope you are, because the Banshee in Halo 2 was
I think
disgustingly overpowered when it was used against you. Like
the main cannon for the Banshee in Halo 2 was fine. I think I'm thinking about my Halo CE mod. I definitely modified the Halo CE Banshee.
Okay.
The main cannon.
Another contact.
I always liked it better in Halo 3 when you could kill ghosts in one shot. I just thought that felt more like being in a tank, like because even when you go to ODST and now ghosts are 2 shots, that just doesn't feel like you're in a tank, you know, shooting 90 millimeter.
Oh my god, the ghosts in Halo 3 are ridiculous. Like, I don't even know what it is. Like, when you're in a ghost, it takes much longer for you to kill an enemy, a grunt in a ghost, than it does for them to kill you. I don't know what is up with that.
Right,
if I
make this any easier.
Got another hostile.
Yeah, I think the raids should be the same. Ghosts should be the same.
Everyone be cool.
Hopefully I don't have to worry about ghosts killing me while you take this guy out.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm not dead, so that's good. Where's that rocket going? Well, okay then.
Look sharp.
Rocket launcher's still the same, but it's had its max capacity increased from 6 to 8. I really want Halo 3 on PC. That's one of my that's on my Christmas list of Santa.
Yep.
Just so I can mod it.
Yes. Absolutely.
I would do so much to that game. Even though it's my favorite.
I'm actually different. Like there's so little I would do to that game, but I think the changes I would make would have just an absolutely profound impact, and hopefully, you know, for the better. 2 rocket launchers. Let's do this. Still got a Banshee.
Well, maybe not so much to the game, but yeah, like you said, small changes that had profound effects.
Guns go bye-bye. Goodbye, Wraith.
Oh, there's no way to apply this to the MCC. That's definitely not possible.
Oh, no way. The MCC is not supposed to be moddable because achievements and leaderboards and all that crap. I see you back there. And I see the other one. Why did they put Banshees here? I do not know. Wait, is that another one, or is that just smoke?
I think there's only one that appears from behind.
Okay. I have no idea why Bungie put those there, and I hate them. It basically redirects your attention from where it should be, which is focused on the ghosts and everything coming at you. I've also forgotten how much I've missed classic Halo music. Like classic Halo 2 music, because you can't play Anniversary without the classic music.
Yeah, I definitely never played the original Halo CE Anniversary with the new soundtrack.
Yeah,
It's just like all the volume on the instrumentation is all wrong.
Yep.
Like the emphasis is put on the wrong sounds.
Absolutely.
There's another
100%.
one.
Careful.
I mean, if we're gonna talk in memes, you know, this guy gets it.
If you want an example on how to really reprise or remaster something, Marty O'Donnell did that very thing with Halo 3, where like most of the soundtrack was reprisals of and remasters and orchestral versions of real orchestral like symphony versions of all the songs from Halo 2, CE and 2.
Actually, I forget what the name of the channel was, but there was a guy that took the remastered music from Halo 2, basically cut out the bad parts, and merged it with the classic music. I don't know how he did it, but what he ended up with sounds very nice. But I don't remember the name of his channel. I'm pretty sure I could find it by searching some keywords based on what I remember. Oh, right, I don't have to fight these guys from a distance, do I?
You should be okay as long as you don't take too long in killing them.
New contact.
It's kind of hard to see them.
For your Marines, though, it's probably they're gonna go down pretty much at the same speed, I think. Even though they're not being shot. I always loved it in Halo.
Oh,
I don't
on.
love it, but it's funny in Halo 2 and 3 that your allies sitting in the side seat will still take damage.
I hate
like,
that.
The main boss
I hate that. That is the
shot
very
at.
first change I would make to Halo 3 is I would make it such that I'm not the first one dead. Or I would make it such that my allies are not the first ones that are dead. After like 2 shots.
They're just like flop off the sides of the Scorpion because the main body's
It's like
getting
you
shot
get
at.
hit by a brute chopper just once and it's like, oh nope, got time to get out.
Oh yeah. If you have a scout hog in Halo 3 on like Savo Highway and you're going against choppers, just forget it. Your entire crew is just gonna fall out.
That's the way.
Ruby, what would you do if
Move up,
Halo
Marines.
3 was on PC? I would squeeze. I want that game on PC.
I think they meant what
Want that game on
specifically
PC.
would you do? Like, what changes would you make?
Well, yeah. There'd have to be like a program mod that mods it as easy as assembly does. I'd have to wait for that to get developed because I sure as hell wouldn't develop it for myself.
Okay,
I don't know anything about
so
that shit.
hypothetical situation, what if assembly worked for Halo 3?
Okay. I'd have to really brainstorm about that. If I'd probably remove. I don't know if I'd remove the crouching with the Marines for Halo 3 because I feel like there are a lot more. The Marines in Halo 3 were a lot more tactically adept than they were in Halo 2. Halo 2's Marines are kind of like action movie stars, but the Halo 3 Marines work a lot more as like a military squad. So I don't know. I feel like removing the crouching kind of take away from that. I don't know. I don't know what I'd do to help the Marines in Halo 3. Maybe they have a damage debuff that I would remove to make them actually do like the proper amount of damage they're supposed to. Weapons, definitely
Secure
buff
the
the
end.
shotgun. Pretty much everything I did to the weapons in Halo 2, I do to the weapons in Halo 3.
It's tight quarters on the other side, sir.
And
Use
remove
this.
the dual wielding damage debuff, definitely.
Watch it.
I might change the assault
Where's the
rifle
beam rifle? Uh-oh.
to have a little bit more accuracy when just holding down the fire button.
Whoa!
Grenade.
I feel like it was pretty good as it was. I definitely debuffed the flood's health.
Come on,
Does
mate.
anyone have a sniper rifle?
Hey, keep it up. Might be as good as me one day.
Yeah, I buffed the shotgun, but I didn't buff the shotgun that much to where it could work at that range. If I could have fixed the Marines killing themselves with a rocket launcher and blowing themselves up, and you
Wait,
up,
you didn't-
I would have.
Like, you made the Jackal sniper such that it's a 2-hit kill, but you didn't change their aim, did they? Because he never hit me there.
Do it.
I was walking around out in the open, he never
They're
hit me.
pretty laser accurate on Legendary anyway. I think you just got lucky there. They do miss on Legendary sometimes, but I think it's just random.
Okay, so I just got lucky.
And also, you're surrounded by your allies, so the sniper's also trying to hit them, so, yeah.
Okay. So maybe that was it. He was distracted by my allies. Alright, let's charge into him. That works. Checkpoint. Ow! Oh, he didn't even take my shield down. Ow! Not good. I heard him. There was nothing I could do. I keep pressing the wrong buttons because I've got switch grenade mapped to something screwy.
Oh, that jackal just hit you with the faster overcharge.
Yeah, I saw it. There we go. Now focus.
What program did you use to make the mods of balance? It's called Assembly for Halo 2. Oh, I should mention, for Halo CE, I used a different program. Assembly didn't work with Halo CE Custom Edition. I used a program called Echelon for Halo CE.
Owie.
Oh, damn.
Nah, I got sandwiched.
Yeah, this is why I say you might want to be careful when changing the shield and health values for the player back to default, because things get really hairy when there are like more AI on screen and there's less cover to take advantage of.
It's a good thing I can see him really easily.
Yeah, but you're not getting any aim assist or bullet magnetism when they're fully camouflaged.
Yep. Well, I'm using a shotgun, so I don't need it for that weapon.
Hopefully, yeah. I don't know if the shotgun actually does bullet magnetism or aim assist. Well, I know it does aim assist, but not bullet. I don't know if it does bullet magnetism.
He's not in there.
Oh, that jackal sometimes actually comes out. You might be able to find his body, like somewhere. Or the Marines might have killed him. Who knows?
Nope.
Sometimes that jackal comes out of there and he's not in there, so you got to be careful.
Well, all I know is that 2 of these guys have rocket launchers.
Yeah, Chief?
I can live with that.
I definitely like Halo CE more than Halo 2. I think I don't actually, with this mod, I'm not actually sure which I'd like more in terms of basic gameplay. Who knows? I don't think I've actually like reassessed my opinion. Like if this were the vanilla Halo 2, I haven't actually thought of it like that, like reassessed my opinion. So
I've thought of it like that.
Might
I would take this as vanilla Halo 2 any day.
If this were vanilla Halo 2 and I'm comparing it to vanilla Halo CE, I don't actually know which I'd like better. I know I like vanilla Halo CE more than Halo.
Well, this
vanilla
plays
2,
so
though.
similarly to vanilla CE with quality of life improvements. I would say I would prefer this just because there's more of it. Right?
Brace up, it's gonna get hot.
Well, yeah, it's like 15 missions compared to
That's
Halo
exactly
2.
what I was thinking. 13 to 10.
13 playable, I think.
Oh, cut down in the prime of existence.
Because I think,
Yeah, 13
counting
playable.
Heretic,
That's what I
and
call a
Armory.
team effort.
Alright, guys.
Well, Armory is playable, but it's not really a level.
Can you stop being brain dead? Nope.
Oh
guess
god.
not.
I don't think I made any changes to the Gosshog. The Gosshog in Halo 2 is a freaking beast when you use it anyway, because you can like practically rapid fire
Thank
that
you.
fucking shit. But it's hard to aim, so it kind of balances out. And it's not a one-hit kill. It's like a
Come on.
two-hit kill on most
You see
things.
it. You know you want it. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Marine.
This is why
Come on,
I
Marine.
do.
Come on.
Why I do my
Come on.
Warthog
Yes! There we go.
Whole blocking
Enemy
cheese.
down.
If you guys watch my initial stream I did of this showcasing this mod in Hoki's description, you'll find that I block the hole that the Jackal snipers are spawning out of with the Warthog that the Marines in the tunnel brought.
Suggestion for that
so
video. Suggestion for that video. Put mission timestamps in the description. I don't think you had them.
It's pretty easy to just scroll through the time bar and with the visual indicator and find out.
You underestimate how lazy people on YouTube are.
But yeah, it's not so much with this mod, but in vanilla Halo 2, I found that strat to be like essential if I wasn't just gonna speed on through and not deal with them at all.
Well, unfortunately, we lost Stacker, but we still got
Again.
Gauss Hog with a rocket launcher. I will take it. And it looks
Yeah,
like
that's a pretty good setup. That's a pretty good setup.
That's probably the most powerful setup in the game because it's as powerful as a Scorpion, but it's more maneuverable.
Which Halo has the best soundtrack? Halo 3.
Halo 3.
Halo 3, like how can Halo 3 not be the best? Because it's all Halo 2 and CE soundtrack, but just like
Remastered,
orchestral.
And reimagined. Yep. Let's see. What
I mean,
would
there
do?
are some Halo CE and 2 versions that I prefer to the Halo 3 versions, such as
Why did Demons
Halo...
Monsters never get a remix, and why did
Where's the foreman?
Covenant Dance never get a remix? I want to know.
Enemy down.
Covenant
don't
Dance
remember,
never
but-
got a remix.
I don't remember what Demons Monsters
Demons
is
Monsters
actually.
is the Flood. Demons Monsters is it's the song that plays in the library.
He didn't include everything. Obviously, Halo 3 still had.
Yeah, but that was one of the best songs. I don't know why that wasn't, on the table to get a remix.
But yeah, there are some Halo CE and 2 versions of the songs that I do prefer. Like, I prefer the CE Halo theme to 3's version. I prefer Leonidas's Halo's 2 version to the 3 version. But yeah, Halo 3 soundtrack is amazing.
Oh, I love the choir in the Halo 3 version of Leonidas.
Yeah, I do too. So if you're noticing that some trees don't have leaves, and there are some missing like tree like foliage textures, like the palm trees to the left there, the palm trees to the left, they don't actually have any leaves. That's not me or the mod. That's just Halo 2 Vista or Project Cartographer as it is. I've reported this to the Project Cartographer people.
Oh, these
and,
guys.
they,
okay.
Yeah, those they're supposed to have palm trees leaves there. That's not me or the mod, that's just either Halo 2 Vista or Project Cartographer. I spoke with the Project Cartographer guys, and they found out that it's probably something to do with NVIDIA graphics cards.
Buckle up.
And they haven't found a solution for that yet. I haven't found a solution for that yet. So I have no idea. We're just gonna have to wait for that to get fixed. But as far as I know, that's the only graphical glitch with this. Other than that, it's fine.
Don't kill the friendly warthog. Wrong weapon. Where is your head? That apparently wasn't it.
So yeah, there's not much different
are
with
a
these
number of Marines trapped
vehicle
in that
sections.
building.
I thought the vehicle sections in Halo 2
Don't
were really
kill the
good.
friendly
They're
warthog.
the biggest threat.
Except the only time vehicle sections in Halo 2 were
dear.
annoying
Look at
were when
he survived it. I'm sorry.
Anytime you want.
the only time vehicle sections in Halo 2 were annoying were when either Ultra Elites were piloting raids or Flood were piloting raids.
Yes.
When that happened, I found it to be pretty unbearable.
And the problem is, it's random chance that it's an ultra elite piloting a raid.
Yeah,
It's random chance.
Focus.
but with the changes I made to the Ultra Elites and Flood, that shouldn't be as much of a problem anymore. JR wants to know what graphics card you're using.
Oh, NVIDIA GTX 650. Or NVIDIA, whatever, however the hell you pronounce it, but
Modding the lighting to be more colorful and expressive. Oh, that's I don't know how to do that. That's definitely not within my abilities.
Yeah, that's
so simply.
visuals rather than gameplay design. Ow, ow, ow,
I
ow,
would like
ow.
that because I think another thing is that Halo 2 Vista is a bit more washed out. I compared directly Halo 2 Vista with the MCC version, and yeah, the MCC has more vibrant colors definitely. But again, I think there are already like reach shade or visual mods to Halo 2 Vista for Project Cartographer, but I don't know. You'd have to search for those yourself.
Sir, Corporal Perez, A Company. CP's this way. The lieutenant got hit as
Have
soon
I
as we
guys
dropped in.
played Halo? Wait, really? Have I played Halo multiplayer? Of course I have.
Come on, I'll show you.
Ruby, do you hate Quarantine Zone?
When I
Yes,
asked for
I did.
reinforcements,
I did.
didn't think
I
they'd
saw your
send us
your
Spartan.
trick here with the plasma grenade. It got you killed once, but
Yeah, this is another thing I always do. I always have like little things I always do whenever I play these games. I always get rid of this radio tower because it either kills me when the Scarab knocks it over, or it kills the Marines.
Yep.
And it's funny, but it's annoying because
and it killed both of you when you tried to knock it over with a grenade.
Yeah, so you have to be a little bit careful.
Quarantine zone is the worst. I mean, vanilla quarantine zone, but I think with these changes it would be okay. I
think it
hate
was
all the
definitely
flood
the
rock
worst level of
launchers.
the vanilla game. Because it was like entirely flood. Or was it the worst level for me? I don't know. I think it might have been. But one thing that definitely, and I couldn't actually fix this for my mod, is that the end gondola is unbearable. I fucking hate that encounter so much.
Oh,
and
I've talked to
it's
Masters
still bad.
about that because there are massive problems with the Halo 2 AI when they're on a moving platform.
That's not my issue. That's not my issue with it. And it's still broken with this mod. There was no way I could fix it. Because my issue with it is the checkpoints for that entire fight are outright broken. They don't work. Like, most of the time, you will not get any checkpoints for, like, the entirety of the fight. And so if you die, you have to go all the way back to the beginning. All the way back to the beginning, like, at the start of at the start of when the cutscene ends. Where
Right.
you have to
We
wait for
cannot
the
let the
flood to
humans
even
capture the
show
icon.
up.
The hierarchs do not look kindly on failure.
Yeah, that part. I'm so sick of hearing that dialogue.
I grow
And
restless without a target.
I find that the only thing that I can really do to get through that encounter without wanting to kill myself, even with this mod, is to just spawn block the flood in the hole at the bottom.
Yep.
And just wait for the flood to look.
That's how I did in my walkthrough. I didn't even consider that
Go
cheese.
up the ramp to the top where you glitch into the floor like speedrunners do.
Oh yeah, I know that. I know that one.
They can't get to you there either. I mean, sometimes if the game decides to give you checkpoints and it works, it can be fun. But if I could fix the checkpoints, promise me, I promise you I would. I promise.
I think because I believe they have the same issue with SPB3. Fixing the checkpoints is not easy. It's not a cut and dry issue.
That's
It's
actually the
definitely
biggest
an
issue I had with SPB3 was I felt the checkpoints were even worse than Halo 2.
And it's not an easy thing to fix.
We can't go any further this way. We have it trapped.
It's so dumb too because Halo 2 seems to be like really like strict or paranoid with like not giving you checkpoints when you're in combat. When they implemented a feature in Halo 2 to where if you die 5 times in a row within quick succession, you'll go back to the checkpoint before your last checkpoint. So that's like an unnecessary addition, you know?
And then
So,
even
like,
so, you can still get a checkpoint that screws you over.
Careful, Chief.
Right?
That elite
There's
was
no
an
way in
ultra,
Halo
and
2
those
to get
pilots are no
locked
pushovers
into
either.
a checkpoint loop of dying over and over with that fix. So they should have made
No.
like
I mean where you need to rely on the going back to 2 checkpoints. No, that's still my flashlight.
Oh, I'm talking about getting locked in a death loop, like in Halo CE. You could. That's impossible to happen in Halo 2.
Oh, he's dead. Okay.
That wasn't my fault. Just really, you know.
Nope. Not everything
my
that goes
fault.
wrong with this game is your fault.
But yeah, it's impossible to get in the death loop in Halo 2, so they should have made like when you get checkpoints a lot less strict than it was in Halo CE, because you don't get checkpoints when you're being shot at or when enemies are really near you. At least I think that's how it works.
Sir, the Prophet is bugging
That's
out.
definitely
Request
how it works
permission
with
to engage.
respawning when playing co-op.
Okay.
So I'm assuming it works a similar way with checkpoints.
Do I know General Kidd? Not personally, but I've heard of him.
Oh yeah, I know him.
It's going to jump.
I don't know him, but I know his channel.
There's no time, sir.
Oh,
Which are the
JR Slayer.
modifications this mod does?
JR
Oh, actually, I
Slayer's
forgot.
got GeForce
Punch it.
GTX
Get us close.
1080. That's the one I wanted, but I couldn't afford it.
Oh, that's a graphics card I have
We
actually.
are not losing that ship.
That's like a
Yeah.
that's like a $500 card, wasn't it?
Oh, it was way more than 500 for me.
Yeah.
It was like
yeah.
1,000.
My card was about 120.
Yeah, if Halo 2 has really bad poppin'. I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as Halo 2 on Xbox 360 though. I think there's still, you know that image burn glitch you get with Halo 2 on Xbox 360?
Very much so, because that was a pain in my ass when I was making the Halo 2 walkthrough.
I think you still get it here, but much less often. In fact, I can only actually remember one instance of it happening off the top of my head, and I think that's either on Arbiter or Oracle.
Okay.
Or Delta, Halo, or Regret. It's on Regret. Regret's the one I'm thinking of.
To be honest, it was the worst on Regret while I was making the walkthrough, so that does not surprise me.
But yeah, something I forgot to mention is you can, in the stream I did, in Hoki's description, in the description of my video, there is a change list of every single change that I made. So yeah, go check that out if you want a quick rundown on all the changes that you can remember.
Oh my god, JR Slayer, you got a 1080 for $200. I am so jealous.
Something special in mind.
Wow. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Halo 2 checkpoints, they feel like they're totally random.
Sometimes, yeah. Until you memorize
I know,
where they are.
I don't know of any consistent way. I know I've gotten it before, but I know I've gotten them before, but I don't know of any consistent way to, like, for example, get a checkpoint before the stealth elites in the sniper alley and outskirts.
I know how to trigger them. I don't know how to get a checkpoint.
Yeah, I really like to get a checkpoint before then because it's hard to keep my Marines alive before then, and they like to rush forward. But it's just, yeah.
I got one vote to skip. Does anyone else want to see this?
I mean, I don't care. I can't even hear it. So.
Right. This is my. Oh wait, you can't hear it. Is the volume really that low?
Well, no, it's because screen sharing doesn't transfer audio.
Ah, okay.
I'm not watching the stream. I'm watching the screen share.
Okay.
Do you hate Arbiter or Oracle? Arbiter could be a bit annoying, well, really annoying on Legendary because of Needler grunts and low health and damage multiplier. I did hate. It really depends with Oracle because Oracle is a lot more, and the flood levels in general are a lot more fun when you only use like the energy sword and Carbine. But if you want to use anything other than that, then you're gonna have a really bad time. That's something I really wanted to fix with this mod. So, yeah, with this mod at least, I enjoy both.
Okay.
But yeah, I still hate Quarantine Zone. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure when. I think it was when I was making the Halo 2 walkthrough. Not even School of Halo 2, but I realized that in this mission, the only weapons you encounter are Carbine, Needler, Energy Sword, Sentinel Beam, and a couple grunts with Fuel Rod Gun. Right? The weapons you encounter are not very varied.
Have some respect, Mare. Like, for the cutscenes, this is 2004, with a game that went through development hell. The cutscenes are beautiful, considering. Like, the cinematography and the directing of them is, like, way more than anything Halo CE did. Like, yeah.
Ow.
Yeah, but we're getting into plasma weapons hardcore here, because that's all we're going to be using.
Yep.
So,
why do they wake up?
Yeah, that's a thing with Halo 2 Vista, and I think I don't think it doesn't happen on the Master Chief Collection, but in this version, it's a lot easier to wake up and aggro sleeping enemies. I think if you just touching an enemy will instantly like aggro every enemy around him. I don't know why that happens in this, and I tried to fix it, but I didn't find any way to do so.
It's
so you just
sword.
You have to be a lot more careful when meleeing enemies. I found a good way to do it. You aim away from the enemy to where the reticle isn't red, so you won't lunge toward them, but you'll still hit them with the melee. So that way you don't touch them, but you still hit them with the melee. And they don't aggro. Okay, so Carbine, unchanged. I tried to fix its firing rate, but I couldn't find a way to. In fact, it broke when I tried to do that. But its max capacity has been upgraded, just like all the other weapons. Okay. Needler, unchanged, except for its max capacity.
Unchanged, alright. Well,
but to be honest, Needler dual-wielded in Halo 2 was the most overpowered thing in the world, so...
Well...
Single-wielded, not so much, but again, it's really hard to buff the Needler without making the rest of the game with the enemies with the Needlers, like, unplayable to play against. Because, like, you're seeing here, like, they home in on you, and they're very aggressive with their firing, so... And they do a lot of damage, so... It's really hard.
I killed the grunt.
Perhaps I shall.
Hopefully giving them the Carbine will keep them alive a lot longer.
Just thinking about it, actually, I think having the Needler be, like, weaker like weak when single wielded is actually justified because of just how overpowered it is when dual wielded. Particularly because its reload speed isn't affected at all when dual wielded. Unlike all the other weapons, except for plasma weapons.
Can't believe I missed that with School of Halo 2. I completely missed that when I covered the Needler.
Honestly, I think I would have preferred the Needler in Halo 3 to have become its own weapon and still have the Needler from Halo 2. Because the Needler in Halo 3 is functionally very different from how it's traditionally been anyway. So you might as well make it a new weapon, while still having the traditional dual-wieldable Needler. Just add more sandbox variety. Without getting rid of, like, you know, classic Halo 2 dual-wield Needler, fast-paced.
Owie!
Yeah, I think the Carbine might just be the most deadly weapon. Like, not just in vanilla Halo 2 Legendary, but in this mod too. I don't know if it's because of how powerful it is, or if they're actually headshotting you as soon as your shield goes down.
Well, my guess is that they are headshotting me, considering you removed the whole, you know, plus 50% damage boost, right?
Yeah, that's what I would wager to guess. If they are headshotting you, I'm not comfortable with making the player immune to headshots, because, like I said, a philosophy behind this mod was making a level playing field between the player and the enemy, because that's just something I personally enjoy. I like feeling that I'm at the same level as the enemy, because it makes it more satisfying to beat them. But yeah, that would definitely make the Carbine a lot less deadly when used against you if I made the player immune to headshots. The player is immune to super combines though against the Needler, which is probably maybe for the better.
Wait,
but,
really?
Yeah, you're immune to super combines in Halo 2, and I don't know if Halo 3, but you're definitely immune to super combines in Halo 2.
Maybe you're immune to super combines while your shields are up, because, trust me, I have blown up spectacularly by being filled full of needles.
No. Yes, in Halo 2 and Halo CE and 2, you are immune to super combines. Super combines in Halo CE, I know. I don't know about Halo 2, I don't think in Halo 2. In Halo CE, super combines only happened on you after you were already dead. So that's why you think that. Because in Halo CE, if you're like being pelted by Needler rounds and you're killed by a Needler, you'll only super combine right as you die.
Huh. That's why I hated the Needler in Halo 4.
Yeah, because you can actually get super combined by it. And, like, the Needler in Halo 4 is, like, the same as the buff Needler in Halo 3 with the, like, increased firing rate and projectile speed is increased. So, yeah, it's, like, really deadly.
Wrong button.
If I'm honest, I would have, if I tried to, and if I could, I would make the player susceptible to super combines in this game. Because, again, that's just with my personal philosophy of making an even playing field.
I'd be dying even more then.
Yeah, but at least in this game, compared to Halo 4, the Needler is weaker, and or it has a lower firing rate, and it has...
And it doesn't track nearly as much.
Actually, I think it tracks... Well... No, it's definitely not easy at all to dodge the needle rounds in this game. I think that might be pretty much the same between this game and Halo 4. I think Halo CE was the only Halo game where you could dodge needle rounds pretty easily. But yeah, at least in this game, if I made him super combine, compared to Halo 4, it wouldn't be anywhere near as bad because lower damage, lower projectile speed, and lower firing rate. And I would hope that Halo 2 has better map design with a lot more cover.
Alright, that was a little
Halo
sloppy,
4 did.
but, you know. Hey, Grunts. How you doing?
Oh, there's another thing I tried to do. With the Heretic Grunts, I tried to give them the ability to run away.
Nope, come back!
Like the Covenant Grunts do. So in Halo 2,
I fucked up.
you'd be able to just step down. You might be able to catch it if you. Well,
I'm pretty sure I called it back up. Yeah.
I was gonna say you should be able to catch it before it gets too far to where the fall timer would kill you.
I've seen in my experience that they think that the Needler is one of the best weapons in the game in terms of like what they say when you give them one. So I wanted to give them Needlers.
Yeah, they think that the Needler is like considered a power weapon to the ally dialogue.
Then why do every single grunt, Heretic grunt have one?
Yeah, I don't know. That's if I could have given like the heretics more varied weapons, I would have, because honestly, the heretic covenant or the heretic aliens are a lot more repetitive to fight because they all use the same weapon mostly, and they all have a less variable behavior than the normal covenant. For example, the heretic grunts don't have the ability to flee anymore, and I tried to change that because it makes them a lot more boring to fight when they don't flee when their leader is dead or when they think they're in danger. Especially since they have needlers, since they just keep firing away at you no matter what the situation is. So, and if I could have given them the ability to run away, I would have, and I also would have given them more weapon variety. You know, just make them all use different weapons. Like, I know they're heretics, but there's like no reason they should.
Hell, I would give them brute plasma rifles. It's at least something different.
Maybe, yeah. Although, even though the heretics are disillusioned with the religion, I don't think that would translate to the elites, like, losing their hatred for brutes. I think they would still
actually,
hate
I was
them.
talking about giving the grunts brute plasma rifles.
Oh, the grunts? Oh, yeah, that.
Instead of fucking needlers for every single one.
Yeah.
Did this guy just die? I didn't kill him. Ah, my dude with the beam rifle shot him. That's why he died.
Oh, speaking of the Spec Ops elites, I actually removed their abilities to throw grenades. You know, it's an ability that gives more variation to combat.
Yep, but it's, they're too erratic with it. Like, a lot of times they end up sticking you and just, or they get into an endless loop of just throwing grenades after grenades after grenades after grenades, and it's not doing anything. Meanwhile, they're getting pelted with bullets and they die.
Especially in the Arbiter level, where all the grunts have needlers, they get super combined instantly when they throw a grenade. No matter where they are, they get instant combined, super combined when they throw a grenade.
Right, because you should know that when an enemy ever stops to throw a grenade, they can't move. They can't do both at the same time.
So, yeah, I felt that the Spec Ops Elites throwing grenades was way more trouble than it was worth, because it not only did it kill them a lot, and I don't like that. Like I said, I don't like my allies dying. It's just a personal thing. But also, they killed me a hell of a lot as well. I think the Spec Ops grunts can still throw grenades too. Yeah, they definitely can. I didn't do anything to the grunts throwing grenades. I don't actually know if I kept that change when it came to when you face off against Spec Ops Elites as the chief. I don't know if they still throw grenades in the Grave Mine level, for example. I don't remember.
No turrets for you.
So yeah, energy sword unchanged. Oh, active camo for the Arbiter. It only lasts like 4 seconds on legendary. I tried to change it to at least be like it is on heroic, and I think I might have found the value, or I didn't find it. But either way, I could not find a way to change it.
So it's unchanged.
Yeah. Maybe you can find the value to change it.
I should be dead.
Anybody, again, I invite everybody watching this stream, anybody who's interested in playing this, to not only make changes for yourself, but try to find the values for things that I couldn't change. If they are changeable. And if you do, definitely tell me about it. Because I will update my mod link and include it.
Whoa, where's all the ammo?
Oh, I think, did you just pick those off the ground?
Yeah. Normally these are full.
Yeah, they just come with like one clip, I think.
Ow, ow.
Runs through wielding plasma rifles. Oh, that'd be crazy. That could be like an attribute with like Spec Ops or Ultra Grunts that dual wield.
Whoops.
An honorable ruse.
Oh, that was wrong.
Oh yeah, fuel rod's also unchanged. Even its ammo count, I think it's the same.
Right, because you were saying that fuel rod already has a ridiculous ammo capacity.
Yeah, I have no idea why there's such a discrepancy in the amount of ammo the rocket launcher and fuel rod can carry. It makes the fuel rod like infinitely more. Well, not infinitely, because rocket launcher can still lock on. But I don't know why. It's still 25. How many magazines is that? Like 5 extra. 5 extra per 5 magazine round.
Yeah. With a rocket launcher, yeah. That's a lot. I think I'm gonna go with... Do we still have the grunts alive? We still have the grunts alive! That should tell you how very different this is. Compared to vanilla Halo 2. Like, my freaking grunts are still alive, let alone my elites. And
yeah, if the cover near allies take cover more often actually had an effect, boxes that I take actually had more of an effect, then yeah. Otherwise, I think this just might be vanilla Halo 2. When it comes to
it shouldn't be. I've never gotten my grunts through there. Never. Oh, hi.
Well, you know, it might be just like a butterfly effect, you know, since you have more survivability, you're putting yourself out in combat more, so they're shooting at the grunts less.
Right, that could be one of the things, yes. Oh yeah, I never said what it was that resulted in this change, but something you did resulted in this drastic change where I have all of my allies alive since the beginning, including the grunts.
Oh yeah,
and I see that as a good thing.
I'm glad, because I really like keeping my allies alive too. Makes the whole thing more interesting when they aren't killing me.
Right. Come out and play. Where are you? No?
Sentinel beam should be unchanged.
Oh, I love that these guys have carbines and beam rifles.
So kind of unrelated, but I noticed that both you and other Halo YouTubers have been having massive issues with copyright content ID claims for Halo music lately. Yeah, my inbox is currently getting spammed with like 24 fucking messages right now, and it has been for the past like 2 months with content ID claims of Halo music. Because on all of my streams I play Halo music.
Yep.
So
that was my email inbox a couple weeks ago.
That is my email inbox right now. It's literally 25 unread in the past like 5 minutes.
It'll die down, but, you know, it's annoying. Right now, I don't have my channel monetized, so I don't really care.
I don't care to dispute. Like, I've done hundreds of streams. I don't care to dispute every single one, because those aren't
here's the deal.
Views anyway.
The line that they cross, if they try to claim my most viewed video, Halo 2 Cairo Station, that's when I bite back. But until then...
Yeah, and you should be able to do so really easily, because they're not actually, they're just a fraud company.
Orchard?
So just,
yeah.
Dispute, what's this next one?
Oh, did I just...
It starts with an A. It starts with an A. Dispute, A word,
Nope, you got me. I don't know. Oh, appeal, you mean?
Appeal. Yeah, dispute, appeal, counterclaim. And then, there you go, your video's free. They can't do anything.
The problem with...
In response.
I should be dead. I am dead.
Did you just get sniped by your ally?
I think I did. The problem with...
Because I know that Carbine...
if you lose the appeal, you get a strike. And if you get a strike, you lose your unlimited upload length. And that would cripple my channel.
Very important, though. If you lose your appeal and get a strike, you just counterclaim. They can't do anything against the counterclaim. Once the counterclaim goes through, the strike gets automatically removed.
Yeah, you run the risk of them not being some bitch and actually defending the counterclaim.
No, there's no way they can do that without actually taking you to court. There's no way online they can defend the counterclaim. If they have to do something with the counterclaim, otherwise it automatically goes to you and the strike gets removed. They have to actually take you to court for the counterclaim to go through, which is impossible for them to do. A lot of people don't actually realize how much power they have when it comes to content ID and fair use.
I'm seeing it. Togi, they have to take you to court to defend the counterclaim within 14 business days. I'll have to do my research to confirm that that's correct. It's not that I doubt
I've done it in the past, so it's definitely correct.
Okay.
Do you know Your Movie Sucks? He has a really
Yes,
has a really comprehensive video about all of this that I learned this from. So yeah.
Wrong button.
You can fight Nintendo like that. If you let's play a Nintendo game, they don't have any, even if they Content ID claim it, they don't have any say. If it's fair use, if it's a let's play or a review, they don't have any say in Content IDing it. They have no right to do that. You can 100% dispute that and make money off of that.
What
they can't
I'm
do anything.
terrified of is accumulating more than one strike at a time.
Yeah, that is something that is one of the things you have to be careful of, though. Because if your channel gets 3 strikes, it's removed.
Right.
So,
and
this is something
so
YMS
if you
says
get 1
in this video.
strike, you lose your unlimited upload length. If you get 2 strikes, you lose your upload ability. And if you get 3, it's terminated.
Yeah. So the only thing to really be careful of is that you're not appealing more than 2 things at a time.
Probably more than 1 thing at a time to be safe. I don't know. Maybe I'm paranoid. But I will do my research first, but for now I just don't have the time and I don't care because my channel's unmonetized anyway.
Yeah.
But
watch
I do care enough for the people that it does affect to, like, I want to spread the word that this is a major problem. Right.
Yeah,
if I can do nothing else, I want to spread the word. Stop sniping me, jerk.
Hey, it's me.
I know it's you. You hit me.
Oh, something I was saying before is that I think it's a glitch, but the Heretic elites with carbines. I don't think elites with carbines in general can do any melee damage to you.
Yep.
I think that's a glitch.
I
tried to fix it.
That's a glitch in the Vista port. It was not that way in vanilla Halo 2 on the Xbox. They could absolutely kill you.
Well, I tried to fix that, but I couldn't find out how to.
Yep.
Sentinels should be unchanged.
Ow!
Sentinel beam should be unchanged as well.
Beautiful. They just wrecked him.
Even then, Inferno, it's impossible for them to actually take you to court. Because, like, no matter how scummy or stupid some false content ID claimer is, nobody is going to take you over court when they knowingly false copyright claim you.
What I'm worried about is that they didn't falsely copyright claim me, like, and not being absolutely 100% sure that they falsely copyright claimed me.
Well, they pretty much 100% are, since they're not involved with Microsoft or Halo in any way.
Where are these guys? Okay, there they are. Oops, they saw me.
The prophet of truth sends his regards.
Thank you, Elite. You see that beam rifle shot allowed me to one-shot him with the sword.
Teamwork.
I love teamwork. That has got to be my favorite thing in Halo, is teamwork with your allies. If you couldn't pick that up from my walkthroughs,
definitely.
I just love it.
If nothing else, they're very, very nice distractions.
Yep. Unfortunately, that's kind of all they are in Halo 2, but in Halo 3, that's one of the reasons why I love Halo 3. Well, one of many reasons why I love Halo 3 is because they're so useful.
Always hated you, Elite.
Excuse me? I'm an Elite.
You hunt, me kill.
Deal with him, my brothers.
That's one weird thing. I know that wasn't a Heretic grunt, but the Heretic grunts have a line of dialogue where they say, "I always hated you stupid elites," when they're fighting alongside elites.
That's funny.
The Heretics are mobilizing their air forces.
Oh.
Get after their leader, but watch your back.
I really like that.
Why did you do that?
Rip. F.
I should be dead.
Can we get some Fs in the chat for poor old Spec Ops Grunt?
Poor Flip Yap. Yeah.
Flip Yap. Or was it Yap Flip?
Alright, so you skipped this part. I'm actually going to play it out to see how it plays.
Did I?
Yeah,
Maybe.
you went straight to the end here.
Yeah, because, I think that proves that I didn't make any changes to the Banshee, because if I did, I would have definitely wanted to show it off. But yeah, this is unchanged, except, not
Except for the
stupid.
turrets.
Yeah, the turrets are more powerful. But other than that, it's pretty much the same, except not stupid, because you don't die instantly when a Banshee gets on your tail.
Okay, so there is at least that change. I've missed this song! I've missed this song!
Did you know you can actually shoot the quote-unquote eyes out of the Phantom in Halo 2?
I did not.
I don't know if you can do it to this ally Phantom, but you can actually shoot the eyes out of the Phantom in Halo 2. The Phantom won't explode like in Halo 3, but yeah, a little bit of visual damage on the Phantom. I love the Phantom's design. It's much more sleek than the Covenant dropship and practical looking.
Yeah, but it looks like the Spirit could hold more troops.
Yeah, maybe, especially in Halo Reach. Anyway.
Honestly,
in Halo CE, they can only hold like 8 or 10 troops.
I would have both of them, to be honest. Which I guess Reach did, although I fucking hated that Reach made the projectile explode like the concussion rifle.
Oh,
hated that.
That's
hated that with a capital H.
Especially with Halo Reach's thing, where explosions make you go deaf.
Deafened you and stunned you a little bit, absolutely.
And have that really, really bright effect on screen.
Yup.
When it landed near you. And it wasn't easy to destroy the turrets in that game either.
Aw, the music cut out.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. At least with this version.
I was having fun. Ow. Ow! I should be dead. But I'll take it.
That is the last of them, but there are more ahead.
Is the brute shot the same?
Gonna find out in a few weeks.
I think so. Yeah, we'll find out about that later. In a few weeks.
Nope. No, thank you.
You know, one thing.
Shooting at?
Speaking of content ID, like, one thing I actually really appreciate Microsoft for is that, like, a few years ago, all the Halo soundtracks were content ID claimed. All of them were in the content ID system, but Microsoft must have consciously took them out because I noticed that I stopped getting content ID claims for them. So they actually, did that for the sake of YouTubers who were playing Halo and wanted to make videos with Halo music.
Holy shit.
They probably did it for Machinima, actually.
If that's true, then that just reinforces that these claims are bogus.
Yeah,
okay.
Because I know for a fact that the Halo soundtracks were claimed by Microsoft themselves on YouTube Content ID, but now they're not. And I've been using them for years without any Content ID claim. And the people who are claiming them now are not Microsoft.
Okay.
Brutes or gay bullet sponges. Well, I have a nice little surprise for you.
I figured you fixed
Ruby,
them.
I hope you nerfed the brute health at least.
I figured you fixed them. Considering all the other changes you need to make, yeah.
I think I probably hated them even more than the Flood.
I hate about the brutes is that you basically cannot kill them unless you trigger a hard ping.
Yep. It even takes like 3 or 4 like small swings with the energy sword.
Yep.
I think look, the Phantom's eyes are shot out. Look.
Hang on, I'm busy.
It doesn't have any eyes anymore.
Oh yeah, I see it.
The eyes
Clear that landing zone and get inside.
Oh, I just realized the Phantom here is a lot more useful because the projectiles are faster.
Yes.
So he can hit the Banshees from further away.
I did with the same thing with the plasma cannon also applies with the Phantom's turret.
I figured so because it's the same. It's the same material, isn't it?
Yeah. So I figured it should probably be, you know, with the same attributes.
Yep.
But it's a double-edged sword because it also works against you.
Oh, well, I'm not dead.
You also face off against many phantoms with stealth. But, again, it balances out because the phantoms' turrets are a lot easier to destroy because they have less health. Although this ally's phantoms' turrets are actually invincible for this encounter.
Of course, because it's an ally.
Yeah, and if it got its turrets blown off, then it would be completely useless for the rest of it, the encounter. Although that might have actually been better to design it that way to where the turrets can get destroyed, because that would actually incentivize you to protect
stick
it,
near it,
whereas
yeah.
now you don't actually have to do anything with it.
I'm going to be starting the mission with an almost depleted energy sword. That's okay, I can hand it off to somebody.
Oh, give it to the elite that's single-wielding the plasma rifle, and then leave the dual-wielding elite.
Right, because the changes you made to the Flood, the plasma rifles are useful. Yes!
Yes, and also, this, I don't know why, but in the MCC, all dual-wielding elites, except for the first two with the plasma pistols on Cairo Station, all dual-wielding elites no longer dual-wield.
I
Except for the
definitely
Heretic
noticed
later, I
that.
think.
That stench. I've smelled it before.
Or at least ally elites in this level. And this ally elites that you get as the Arbiter don't dual wield in MCC.
Alright, you take.
This will serve me
And
well.
you take. That'll work.
Works for me.
He even said, works for me.
Ruby, do you know if there's a mod that has the MP-FRG in Custom Edition campaign? Nope, I don't know anything about that. I don't know what MP-FRG means.
I think it is multiplayer fuel rod gun, and they're talking about the fuel rod gun from the first game where you have to charge
that would
it
be
up and
totally
arc it.
cool. That would be really cool to add into Halo CE's campaign, but that's out of my abilities.
Something SPV3
I really hope
could
that I really hope like a more comprehensive like modder actually picks up on this, because I would love for this to be.
That's
taken
my
further.
goal with, you know, streaming it and getting it known.
Because we could like totally overhaul, well not overhaul, but like just add onto these campaigns like even more stuff.
Absolutely.
I wondered who the prophets would send to silence me. An arbiter.
I know some elites still do wield in MCC. The two on Cairo Station with the plasma pistols, those still definitely do wield. The Ranger elites don't.
Oh, crap.
I don't think.
I was supposed to be looking around for a plasma rifle.
I don't know if the Ultra elites on Cairo
That'll
Station
work.
still do.
Oh, in your mod? They absolutely do. I remember.
No, I'm talking about vanilla, or not vanilla, but MCC Halo 2.
Nope. All dual
that's
wielding
something
except for those plasma pistols is gone.
That's something that got broken.
Yep.
Hey, it's me!
If this was vanilla, Hoki would probably still be on Outskirts.
I would maybe not Outskirts, because it's been what? It's been an hour and a half. I would probably be on Metropolis right now. Or it's been 2.5 hours since I started, so I would probably be on Metropolis.
Yeah, isn't SPV3 doing that? Yeah, but what I mean is like, without like making it like an entirely new overhaul, like what I mean. Like,
The thing about SPV3
campaign?
is that it's run by Masters, and he refuses to touch Halo 2 because he hates it.
Yeah, SPV3 is like an overhaul. It's like basically a new game, just with the same like baseline, say, Halo CE concept. What I'm talking about is like, well, just like taking what I've done with the vanilla campaigns with Halo CE and Halo 2 here, and taking it further with like just adding stuff, you know, not changing things, but adding things like, you know, just adding the fuel rod, the multiplayer fuel rod gun to Halo CE, stuff like that.
Oh, baby.
Or like giving like weapon switching to Marines in Halo CE. That'd be pretty goddamn cool. I don't know if is that a thing in SPV3? Can you switch weapons to Marines in SPV3?
I wanted them to be able to, but no, they couldn't do it. So what they did to compensate was they made your allies a lot more aggressive and competent.
Yeah, because I think in Halo CE, like the actual actors are defined by what weapons they're using.
Yes, they are.
So they're unchangeable. So their AI is entirely like revolving around what weapons they're using.
You take this. Take. Come here.
Yeah, so like let's get some plasma rifle or plasma pistol action on the Flood, like, you know, not relying on headshots, so we can like show how much I
will pick up dual plasma rifles when I get a chance.
How much I nerfed the Flood's HP because it was absolutely unbearable, borderline unplayable, actually unplayable in the original Halo 2 Legendary.
I wouldn't say unplayable. I can play it. It's just
well,
that I gotta have my allies with me supporting
with
the
plasma
swords.
weapons, it was pretty bad.
Yes.
The Flood's HP was pretty bad.
Oh, that's beautiful. See, that's how it should be. I mean, that reminds me of how strong they are in Halo 3, which was damn near perfect.
I actually think they
And
were still too bullet spongy in Halo 3. They were definitely more bullet spongy in Halo 3 than Halo CE. So that's definitely something I would look into modifying if I had Halo 3.
Okay. Look at these. I've armed them with dual. Well, he had dual plasma rifles, and I've armed the grunt with a plasma rifle, and they're tearing apart the Flood for me. I love it.
I think that's the only change I made to the Flood. Just the amount of HP they had.
What about for dead Flood bodies? Is it easier to destroy them once they're on the ground? It doesn't look like it.
I don't think you can just. No, you can't just. In Halo 2, you can't destroy Flood bodies by just shooting at them. You might be able to destroy them by meleeing them. Easier by meleeing
22.
them. That might have changed with. If I decreased their HP, that might have changed with the melee. I don't know. I don't think I've tested it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, so that's probably an independent value that I never found.
This is gonna get me killed. Yes, it is. Oh, who's got a carbine?
Oh, actually, I think just flat meleeing Flood bodies in Halo 2, because melee is useless when they're alive. So why would it be strong?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So I thought
melee was useless just because of how much health they had. But if it's like
I think
like a damage modifier.
I think Flood combat forms specifically have a value that, or a multiplier or a debuff that makes melee next to useless against them. So yeah.
Unless you're using the sword, right?
Oh yeah, unless you're using a sword. It was only in Halo 3 where melee actually became viable against Flood.
That's one of the reasons I love Halo 3. No, stop spinning! I can't aim when it spins.
Yeah, I might look into making Flood meleeable.
Well, some people didn't like that because they're like it makes them feel like squishy.
Well, they are squishy.
Well, squishy
they got body parts constantly flying out with goo everywhere.
I'm gonna let him chase him down.
If I were to make them meleeable, though, yeah, it'd probably be in like 2 to 3 hits, whereas the energy sword was still. So the energy sword was still having use.
A little stronger than Halo 3, but not like invincible or invulnerable. I love it. I love it. They're actually protecting me and helping me and working together. It's beautiful.
Yes, Johnson. There's also Chocolate Halo 2. This is Chocolate Halo 2, by the way. This is the new name for this mod. Is Chocolate Halo 2. The name for my Halo CE mod is also Chocolate Halo CE. SPV3 is called Strawberry Halo CE.
There you go. I was thinking you'd go with Strawberry because red ruby.
Oh no, I'm blue. I'm a ruby of blue. I get offended when people say I'm red.
Ah.
Rubies can be whatever they want.
Oh, that's it.
And they aren't sticking each other. Yep. They aren't sticking each other either, because they can't do that anymore.
Right, because they can't throw grenades. That was downright enjoyable. Look at this! I got the grunt through it.
Yeah, maybe a bit slow and repetitive, but yeah, that's down to the map design. But hopefully, I made the Flood less unbearable.
We should have brought weapons to burn these bodies. Every one is a potential vessel for the Flood.
Everybody's got what they need, so there's not much I can really do here. Oh, I guess I can give the grunt a needler.
Yeah, it's like once in a blue moon that you actually even get a grunt out of the first room with the infection form. So
right.
Yeah. So again,
I think I only
watch
died
out for the
like
turrets
a
here.
handful of times there.
Remember, they're a lot stronger.
Okay.
Any who can fight
Demon flare.
Oh. Oh.
Grunt.
Okay, so the grenades are I don't. Did you make any changes to plasma grenades?
Yes.
Because I noticed that I just barely missed sticking him, and it still didn't knock out his shield.
Yes.
Right.
Increased damage, increased blast radius.
Okay. So they're definitely better, but I would say they're still not where I personally would want them to be.
Where they EMP the shields?
Yeah, or at least, yeah, where they can kill even if you don't stick.
Well, what rank was that elite major?
Ow, ow, ow.
What rank was that heretic? Because if he had the gold armor, then yeah, he probably had a lot stronger shields.
Oh, I didn't know they had multiple ranks.
Yeah, the heretic elites have 2 ranks. The more brown ones are the minors, and the gold ones are majors.
They're all brown to me.
Yeah, it's a really tough difference to tell. But if you look at them, you should be able to look at 2 bodies right now and tell the difference.
Couldn't protect him from all those carbines.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Here's another.
Would this guy be better off with plasma rifles since he'll have more range on them?
Well, since you're now facing off against carriers, then yeah, that'd definitely be preferable.
Alright,
because he's gonna start trying to melee carriers and
come here.
infection forms.
Where'd he go? He died.
He got crushed by the box.
Oh, God.
He got splattered.
Oh, boy. No, I hear him. Come here.
Oh wow.
I don't know what happened to him, but he's still alive.
What's the opposite of F?
G?
G.
No, you're not dead. God damn it. I traded weapons with them right as they...
I think the carrier forms might have less health, a little less health than they did in Halo 2 to make them closer to Combat Evolved, to where they're easier to explode. Because I've noticed in Halo 2 they had like at least twice the health they did in
Did you up the damage that they do at all?
No.
Okay. I think that's one of the bizarre things about Halo 2 that's easier than the original, is that they do almost a negligible amount of damage when they explode.
Yeah, although that might be due to like the fact that the chain reactions from grenades on the ground have been drastically reduced since Halo CE.
I love it. I can mow these guys down with plasma rifles. It's so satisfying. Ow. No, you're not supposed to know where I am. I'm dead.
Ooh.
Oh, you can't make the... Oh, that's a change I would make. Make them move faster. Remember?
The flood?
The carrier forms.
Oh, the carrier forms.
Just the carrier forms.
I don't know if I
Speed
can
and intensity
do
of the
that.
drunken snail.
Intensity of the drunken snail, yeah. I remember that. I don't
He
know if I can
wasn't
actually
kidding.
do that, though. I'll look into it right now, actually.
He wasn't kidding, and he wasn't exaggerating all that much. They kind of just tiptoe up to you, and you'll never be caught off guard like you can be in CE.
Let me see.
Come on. Oh no, get off that turret. Get off that turret. This is a problem. My ally is on a turret in a box.
He's got a safe place.
No, his safe zone. Where is that? Yeah, there we go.
One thing I keep noticing with this mod over and over and over again, I think that's a sign that I succeeded in my goal, is that when you think you're like getting like overwhelming the enemies and things are getting too easy, the game just like slaps you in the face.
Okay.
Because you start playing a lot more. You unconsciously like start playing a lot more aggressively and less carefully.
Right.
So the game just like reminds you of its status.
You don't have to tiptoe through every encounter. I think he just got bitch slapped. Yes, he did.
This room is. I love this room because the flood knocked the crates around everywhere and just splattered both you and your allies.
I'm still using the wrong buttons. Switching grenades when I want to go active camo.
Okay, I think I might have found a value for Flood Carrier's speed, but again, I'll have to actually test it, which I'll do later if I do at all. But it would be.
Oh, this is a good checkpoint. This is fine.
I'm thinking of how hilarious it would be to see Flood Carriers move around with a speed value of like 100.
Oh crap! My secondary weapon is not an energy sword. Crap! Leave me alone! Damn it. I pressed the leave me alone button, but they knew where I was.
Leave me alone button.
See? Leave me alone.
Only for like 4 seconds though.
Yeah, but when you know what you're doing, it's long enough. Sometimes.
Oh yeah, that is a trick you can do in Halo 2, Johnson. It's similar to the trick you can do in Halo CE, where you stick a carrier form with a plasma grenade and then just manually shoot at them to explode them. In Halo 2, it's a bit more complicated though, because in Halo 2, when you do that trick, they just I think if you explode them, the plasma grenade just disappears. It doesn't actually explode with them and kill the infection forms.
They killed him. Yep, they killed him.
There he is! Feet
in his
sticking
box.
out from under the box. Might as well be his coffin.
Ow!
I wish I
This
could
guy
do
wants
something
to-
about the repetition that comes up with Halo 2, particularly in this level, but there's nothing I can do about that.
Ow! Crap. Running out of time. There it goes. I wanted to grenade that turret so they couldn't hop on it. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my allies through here.
The grenade gets thrown off them. In my experience, it just disappears.
Oh dear, that was the wrong thing to do. Yeah, go focus on those characters. Yep. Oh, hello. Uh-oh. I should not be alive. There we go. Whew. Well, that was almost not easier. I mean, it was more enjoyable, but it was not easier. I mean, you can see I wasn't able to get my allies through it.
Yep.
I died a couple times, so I would say it's about the same as vanilla Halo 2.
Yeah, because you're mostly using Carbine and Energy Sword, which are unchanged, and also the Flood are more prone to using melee, which is very similar to the original game. Does a similar amount of damage at least.
Yeah, I would have to give this a second playthrough, which I absolutely would do. I just don't have time tonight. But I would have to give this a second, third, fourth, fifth playthrough to figure out how to play it differently with respect to the changes that you've made in the mod. Because I definitely did not successfully do that this time. Ooh, I'll take that plasma rifle though.
what games you play outside of Halo. Actually, I'm pretty selective with a lot of the games I play. My favorite game series are Pokemon, Resident Evil, and Sonic, actually.
Sonic, now that's surprising. I mean, I want Sonic to be good, but so many of the Sonic games are just not good.
I'd say most of the Sonic games are at least good. There are only a few bad ones in the main series,
Okay.
but I only have a few select favorites.
Okay.
Favorite enough for me to like seriously like hold on to with a death grip to the franchise, hoping those games get a continuation.
Hell, I don't even hold on to Halo with a death grip anymore, so.
I have like the opposite of a death grip on Halo at this point. Halo 5 just completely killed the series for me.
I was willing to hold on to it even after Halo 4, but not after the other one.
Yep.
Oh crap, that was stupid. I should not be alive. I'm sorry, I keep on saying that, but I should not be alive. Ow! Wrong button. Sentinels? Sentinels. I would consider messing around, seeing how you can improve how the Needler plays.
For the player or for the enemy?
Both, because remember, you can't change one without changing the other.
Right.
Just because it's almost boring. Not literally boring, but it's very plain to have this one section of the game that plays almost identical to vanilla because the weapons haven't been modified all that much.
So what changes would you want for the Needler?
I think I would make it travel faster.
Okay.
Travel faster and fire faster, I think.
You are no warrior.
That's just my initial impressions off the top of my head. I don't know if those would be disastrously bad, but those are just my initial impressions.
Yeah, I'd be really scared to do that because of all the Needler grunts.
Oh, wow. That was lucky. I heard him say fire, but I thought it was my friendly grunt throwing a grenade.
The prophet of truth sends his ring.
No, I didn't touch the checkpoints at all. I couldn't.
I agree with you.
Yeah, part of this is because I'm just messing around. Nope. Leave me alone button ain't gonna work for that. The Super Combine could be nerfed. Wait, how? I don't think you understand the Super Combine if you think it needs to be nerfed, because the Super Combine can't be used against you.
I think he means for the enemies.
Or maybe he doesn't mean Halo 2. I don't know. I haven't. I admit I don't understand the context of this comment.
You might as well give up.
Oh, he's just saying if the fire rate is upped.
What?
I know the Super Combine is actually nerfed in Halo 4 for when it's used on enemies at least. Because I know you can't kill most elites above minor.
Not good.
I know you can't kill most elites above minor with the Super Combine with the Needler. Do I need to remove your ability to throw grenades too?
I desperately want to combo these guys with the plasma rifle carbine, but it's not working. Ow. Ow. See if you can find a way to fix that where they can actually kill you with melee.
I
or
tried.
Like, you know, hurt you with melee.
I tried, I couldn't.
Yeah, I almost wanted to die there so that I would get my ally back.
Not even Grunt wants to join your cause.
I've noticed I haven't been very stealthy about this mission. That didn't kill him. But it did hurt him.
The prophets will be done. Here.
A second here.
On my way.
Red? What's red? Bryson. Missed.
Yeah, Carbine Elites plus Needler Grunts makes for a pretty rough encounter.
Yeah, I think I should have given one of these guys a Carbine, because as much as you've buffed the plasma rifle, I think it would have been better off if I had been stripping shields and they had been helping me out by just headshotting with Carbine. Because it didn't work the other way around because they weren't stripping the shields as fast as I wanted them to. Anyway, I mean that's the kind of stuff I notice on a playthrough, and then I try to do it differently the next time through.
But you will be consumed.
I did increase the blast radius of the plasma grenade, Melissa.
Stinking floodbait boxed himself in tight. We'll never break through this.
I did the same for the frag.
How? Cable. I'm going to cut it.
Oh, are we having problems with the stream?
Get everyone back to the ships.
The elites call the plasma grenades in Halo 2 cleansing flames or holy.
Am I lagging? Is
I'm not
anyone
seeing any lag on the screen share at least?
Okay. Well, you won't see it on the screen share. Can you check the stream?
Well, just open OBS, you'll know instantly. Like, open the OBS window.
Alright, hang on.
Nope, you haven't dropped any frames. It's not on you, it's on their end.
Okay.
It's complete 100% perfect for you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, some of my streams in the past got ruined by how many frames were dropped.
If there's any lagging, it's either on the viewer's end or YouTube's end.
Yeah, especially on the last Borderlands stream, it was completely ruined.
Unless you're still your frame rate is still lagging a little bit in game itself.
Nothing noticeable. It's not 60 FPS, but it's not slideshow. You know, I'm okay with them just going to town on these guys. Oh, this is weird. Oh, hang on. Hang on. There's nothing... Oh, get away from me. This is weird. Hang on. I'm seeing double here because of where I've positioned OBS. I gotta re-minimize it. Sorry about that. There we go.
Ruby, how much Halo merch do you own? I actually collected a modest little collection of mini Halo figures when I was younger. But other than that, I've not really
should have left him alone.
Not really
Maybe should have left him
collected
alone.
that much. Yeah, Grunts just called them flares. Grunts call plasma grenades flares. Elites call
holy
them
flare to light the journey. Yeah.
Yeah, elites call them holy flares or cleansing flame.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they call enemy grenades demon flares. Even if you're playing as the Arbiter.
Yep. Oh yeah, of course I'm using a controller. I don't know how to play Halo with a mouse, and I'm not gonna start learning Halo. Wrong weapon. Oh my god, I can't even imagine playing Halo with a friggin' joystick. And I mean like a joystick, you know?
with an Atari
not
controller
just
where
like,
only have
you know,
one button.
thumbsticks on a controller, like a freaking joystick. That would be absolutely insane. Leave me alone.
That's one. By the prophet, look at the station list.
The fire rate for the Carbine is the same as an MCC. I tried to fix it to where how it was
unupdated
in the original, but I
MCC.
couldn't.
They fixed it in MCC. Believe it or not.
Yeah, in initial MCC. Yeah, it's still broken, like, extremely fast firing rate. I tried to fix it, but I ended up breaking the Carbine instead.
Yep.
Even more than it already is.
If you watch his video, you'll see that, like, he's unable to fire it for some reason after reloading it, because for some reason the game thinks his magazine is empty, even though it's not, yet he can't reload it because the game, at the same time, doesn't think his magazine is empty.
Yeah, it was just because I changed, like, a value that I thought would change the firing rate, but it didn't. I changed that value to 100, whereas it was default 3.5 or 0.3.5 or something
0.35.
like that.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, I just changed it back to default. It's back to its broken Vista self.
Brokenly overpowered is better than not being able to fire it every once in a while. Excuse me? Go away.
Try playing Halo 2 Legendary Outskirts with a laptop trackpad.
Oh! I've actually have attempted badly to play a shooter with a trackpad. It did not go well.
I don't have access to an original Xbox, nor the original Halo 2, nor any sort of hardware or software to check those values on the original Xbox. I'm assuming, like, just all the values from the Vista version are the original values, but just something like something outside the values I can see screwed up with Vista. Like, I think it might actually be tied to the frame rate, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm seeing a Carbine. I don't see why Carbine is broken. It fires as fast as you can pull the trigger.
That's why. That's why.
You never played the original game, because it does not fire as fast as you can pull the trigger. And in fact, if you hop on MCC with the update, you'll find that its fire rate is capped. You can fire it only so fast. And honestly, being able to fire it this fast, as fast as you can pull the trigger, really is overpowered and almost game breaking.
Also, you can't fire the Reach DMR as fast as you can pull the trigger. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Owie.
It has a
I guess that still works the same way.
Yeah.
Come here.
So, yeah, if you find Carbine elites, like, on these levels,
Ow,
like,
ow,
really
ow, ow, ow,
overly
ow.
frustrating, that's purely because of how the Carbine has been broken with the Vista version.
There we go.
And I tried to fix it, but I couldn't. I could make the Carbine's damage weaker, but, I don't know.
I admire your attempt, but it did not work. Neither did that.
I could maybe make the Carbine, like, have similar accuracy to how it had in Halo 3, just to deal with the broken firing rate. That could be a solution. If the issue with the Carbine elites in these levels ends up being, like, a real issue.
I mean, it's not an issue. It was playable in MCC, so it's not, like, game breaking. It just makes it, honestly, a lot easier than it should be.
Well, I mean, when the enemies are using it against you.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, you get headshotted so easily. Because it's so fast, and it drains your shield so fast, and it can headshot you.
Mm-hmm. But because of the changes you've made where the Carbine doesn't kill you in 5 shots, I mean, I think now it's more overpowered in your hands than used against you. Leave me alone. I'm crash landing. Leave me alone. So it's 10 o'clock. We're coming up on a 3-hour stream. I think that's about a good place to cut it. So I think we're going to call it quits after we kill the Heretic boss.
I don't think the Carbine here. Oh, go ahead.
If you've missed any part of the stream that you want to see again, or you joined late, the stream will be up on my channel. You can find it there. Anyway, go ahead, Ruby.
Yeah, so I don't think the Carbine in this actually does fire as fast as you can pull the trigger. I don't think it does fire as fast as you pull the trigger. I think it does still have a set speed, but it's been doubled. So the only correlation I can find that would cause that is doubling the frame rate from 30 to 60.
Which makes sense, and I thought that was the issue. Let's see. It's pretty close to how fast you can pull the trigger, but I do think it's not quite as fast as you can pull the trigger.
Because the original was like pow 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 pow, and now it's like pow 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 pow, which is like, I don't know, in my head that sounds like it's doubled.
Well, you can go back to my comparison video in School of Halo 2 Episode 3 and see them side by side. I don't think it's double, but it's definitely faster.
Because I know in a lot of other games, like the AI and a lot of other mechanics are tied to frame rate. Like for example, Resident Evil 4, the HD versions of that game that were made 60 FPS made the enemies a lot more aggressive.
Same thing with Combat Evolved. I'm finding that out with SPV3. Like, especially with changing the fire rates of weapons, it's based on frame rate, so you can't just, change it from, 15 rounds per second to 17 rounds per second. It won't make a difference.
With which weapons in SPV3?
I don't remember. I think it was one of their custom weapons.
Is there a mod to re-enable stencil shadowing? Not that I know of.
Stencil
and I
shadowing?
Can't do anything about that.
Like,
I don't even know what that is.
Like cell shading or something?
No, definitely not cell shading. Halo 2 doesn't have cell shading. Although a cell shading like cartoon mod for Halo 2 would be fucking
Apparently there's one for Black Ops 4.
Really?
Actman,
what?
Yeah, Actman activated. He's like, oh my god, what is this? Borderlands? But it actually looked pretty good.
Like the game looked like Wind Waker.
It absolutely looked like Borderlands. He was playing zombies in Borderlands.
Oh yeah, so the Heretic leader boss fight is probably even more difficult on vanilla, or maybe not.
Well,
but,
depending. Well, you'll see how I handle it. We'll see.
You have slightly increased health. I got rid of the damage multiplier, but the plasma rifle's projectile speed has been increased.
Well, with any luck, he won't have time to fire his plasma.
And also, they're allowed to dual wield, unlike on MCC.
Well,
so we'll see.
With any luck, he won't have time to fire his plasma rifle before he's dead.
I think MCC, even, I love what Halo 2 Anniversary did with the graphics, but even then, even if they look better on a technical level, I'll always play with the original graphics, even if I'm playing MCC, because I want to play the game that Bungie made,
I agree, except I hate that you can't hear the music, because they lowered the volume of the music.
Yeah.
That is not what we had in mind. Plasma rifle or neither, if I can get off of here. Let's see. Neither is unchanged, so it's not going to be either.
The E3 demo had a better shading system, so I'm wondering if there was something like that. That'd be interesting, yeah.
Bye.
Oh yeah, I definitely prefer Halo 2 Anniversary's remaster compared to Halo 1 Anniversary's remaster, which recycled so much stuff from 3 and Reach. And was like really, really artistically different in a lot of places.
Owie!
Oof. That's all I can say.
Oh, hey, I got a checkpoint over here. Don't know why, but I'll take it. Crap, 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 crap! I've got the wrong weapon!
I think just with Halo 2 and CE Anniversary is that I look at them more as like, you know, fan mod remasters, not as definitive versions of the games. Because the definitive versions of the games are just with the original graphics. Like, just keeping them in mind with like that they were made at a much earlier time. Like, it doesn't bother me at all that they don't look as technically impressive.
They still look beautiful, to be honest.
Yeah, Bungie had some kick-ass like art like a kick-ass art team.
Yep,
for sure. I always thought that Bungie really excelled at textures on the environment. They were always like leagues ahead of like most other games.
The rest of the industry, yeah.
And even fucking Halo 3's environment textures are like just like
Halo
light
3
years ahead
may
of
be 10
anything.
years old, but it is still gorgeous.
Yeah, hey, I've always said that Halo 3, when it came to the environments at least, looked like 2 generations ahead of fucking Halo 4 and 5.
Yeah,
like I don't like the way Halo 4 and 5 look in general, but Halo 4 and 5 like objectively have inferior texture work on their environments than even Halo 3.
So, to wrap things up here, in case you can't tell, I love the changes you have made to this game. Like, I almost can't go back to playing vanilla Halo 2. But I'm gonna have to, but I really don't want to, because this is so much more pleasant.
Oh, watch that word, because you're about to get into this boss fight with 2 dual-wielding plasma rifle elites. 3.
Where'd he go? Ah.
Remember, it's just legendary, so you can't kill him in one go. You have to
I
do it in multiple waves.
Oh, I know. I just missed.
As long as you get a headshot on him, he'll immediately retreat.
There you go. That's one.
You could do what I did in my video and like watch which event he comes out of.
How did the prophets buy your loyalty?
Will you
Can you sword fly in this version?
The new command?
Let's find out. Let's
Was
see.
it the promise? Their great journey.
Oh no, you can't. Because I think Bungie patched it on Xbox. Or wait, no, yeah, you can patch on the original Xbox,
that's
right?
one.
Yeah, Bungie originally patched it on Xbox, and I guess this version was made after that.
Look around you, Arbiter. This facility and dozens like
Hey, you can actually hear what he's saying, unlike the MCC version.
But where are the weapons, Arbiter? What was the result? All that time and effort.
I'm so glad I made my walkthrough on the 360 version rather than the MCC.
Did you use the remastered graphics?
Nope, it didn't exist.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I made my walkthrough for Halo 2 back in 2013. MCC wasn't even a concept.
So you wish you made it on MCC?
No, I'm glad I didn't make it on MCC because you can't hear him.
Yeah, it's definitely better that you didn't. You didn't make play Halo 2 on Legendary with remastered graphics because for both anniversaries, with CEA more so, the remastered graphics comes with a lot more input lag. And that's probably the main reason why I pretty much never play with remastered graphics on,
He's dead.
On Halo Anniversary.
That was easy. What were you saying about plasma rifles?
You better watch out for them.
Like I said,
I had no choice.
It took me a while to find that, but basically the way I do the Heretic boss is that he'll never have a chance to fire his plasma rifle.
Yeah.
That is the Oracle.
Why can't you swordfly on MCC? Because they fixed the glitch where that reticle would stay red after switching to another weapon for a split second.
You can swordfly on Halo 2 backwards compatible on the Xbox 360, but you cannot swordfly in the MCC. Unless the update re-put that in. I heard something about that from a source that I don't believe.
I think if you either play Halo 2 on the original Xbox or Xbox 360, you have to make the game like the initial at least one of the initial versions patches of it, because I know that at some point they patched the original version.
I'm good
with it.
Chief.
Alrighty. Well, thank you everybody for coming out and watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I certainly did, and I look forward to doing this again with Ruby. Alright?
Yeah, whenever you're good.
Alright guys. Take care. Have a great night.